5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Ow. Welcome back. Start of a new show here, episode 9, or is it 10?
You said 10.
Episode 10 of season 8.
Yeah, it's 10 because there's no doc for the show today.
Yeah, I just made it.
'Kay.
So, what was I looking up? Oh, Twitch. Yeah, it's up there. Okay.
So we are doing hometown visits? Okay.
Well, that's all I had. I don't have mine prepared yet, but I can get mine
I don't
prepared.
either.
Yeah. I'll go first. That way you guys can like come up with ideas.
Well, I think I'm going to do a quick old chat GPT real quick
God,
just to see what it says.
funny.
And then I can add in my own little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get that. I don't know why that's up there.
So that, the NFL draft, and then what else?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly,
we
the
go.
hometown visits could take a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we're all individually doing our towns.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then Russell at the end collectively.
Okay.
Well, and I could talk a little bit of the 5K Suds run coming up.
Sure.
Derek, is your mic on? I don't know if it is. I hear you talking, but not through the headphone.
It is now.
There you go.
Did I say, we see your mouth moving?
Yeah, we can't hear it.
Can I hear the words coming out of your mouth?
So we could have a little bit more of a pre-show. And then I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I think my keg grader's on his last leg. That sucks.
Sounds like a train whistle back there.
Yep.
Yeah, and now that you said it, that's all I'm going to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. and what's bad about that is that cabinet is built around that keg grader.
Oh.
Like I'm gonna have to
Find one similar.
I would have to pick or like pop up the countertop just to get the keg grader out, which that's going to be fun. It's not broken yet.
I was going to say, it's not even that old.
You still got some life. Better put a keg in it real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get a keg in it, get it cold.
Hustle up.
Yeah, and then so I'm finally back on my nicotine. I don't know if I talked to you about this or not.
What?
Yeah,
I've
Like
actually been
chewing,
doing some
chewing?
research, and
No.
nicotine is like really good for you, actually.
that's what
Like,
I've heard
it
too.
fights a lot of arthritis. And
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Not
Yeah,
tobacco,
dead serious. Like
not tobacco.
like nicotine.
nicotine. It's the tobacco that gives you the cancer.
Yep.
All right, so what do I need to do?
It fights a lot of like gout.
I'm not
RA, stuff
telling
like
you.
that. Like there's a lot of good research out there on this. I don't know. I've been going down a rabbit hole here lately. Trying to find ways to get
You know
back to
what
chewing.
though? I feel like literally every year, or at least every other year, there's some new super food, super drink,
Oh, yeah.
super drug,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, actually, that we were incorrect.
But we
This
sold a bunch
research
of it.
Actually, has been going for a while.
Yeah, it has been.
So.
And that's one. I think one of the reasons why, honestly, they're starting to have more nicotine pouches, and it's just straight nicotine,
Not the fiberglass in it.
right? And without tobacco and all that.
Yep.
Because it's from what I've heard, it's all the tobacco that gives the cancer.
Yep.
Yeah, but there are some
Fiberglass.
heart related potential issues though with
That's
nicotine.
gonna take me already.
Yeah, me too.
What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, and your RA doctors, everything they tell you and every medicine that you're on, do not use nicotine or tobacco products. Do not drink.
Yep.
See, but that's I think where they need to start. Yeah, thank you. They need to start differentiating. Like it's not tobacco; it's just nicotine. You know what I mean?
I think for me, if I were ever told something like that, because I've said before, I have really good willpower. That if they're like, hey, you can never have nicotine. Okay, sure, because I don't have hardly any anyways. You can't have another drop of alcohol. It's like, all right, well, there's non-A beers, like
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. The day someone's like, yeah, you can't have red meat, I'll be like, honey, I'm dying. Sorry.
Tick bit me. Yeah, I'm still gonna have the red meat.
You need to watch your cholesterol. It's like, I'm still salt and pepper, baby. Like, sorry.
Yeah. I went almost 3 days without any nicotine. That first day sucked,
I bet it did.
and
So you said that backwards. You said I'm back on the nicotine.
Yeah,
Nicotine is
I
how
am.
it sounded like.
yeah, tonight.
You've been cutting back on it.
No, I went cold turkey for 3 days almost,
Oh, okay.
Trying to-
Yeah, I didn't know you were doing.
trying to pass a insurance physical.
Nice.
We'll see.
Gotta do what you
We'll see
I was,
if it
I was
works.
gonna say,
I drank a shit ton of water and I did not have any nicotine for
I
almost
don't
3
know
days.
how long that particular, additive stays in your system.
Rachel,
think
I wish you'd have told me this
it's
before.
not quite a week.
Rachel should have told me this before. She said on the earliest end 100 hours.
It's probably right.
And I went like 54.
So yeah, I was thinking right around 6.
And I was so mad that she told me after 24 hours.
Was this like a life insurance thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just reschedule your appointment.
I know, but I didn't want to go that much longer, to be honest.
I was already committed.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
This one is more of like, and the question was, do you chew or do you smoke? And I said no. And
'Cause you
they,
don't?
Yeah. And then they said, do you have the pouches? And I said, well, every now and then. I don't know what pouches they were talking about. So did I stretch the truth? Maybe. I don't know.
Nope,
No.
not for them.
Yeah.
Because you would have said yes, it's automatically your policy goes higher.
Right.
The point I tell people all the time with insurance, truthfully, is it's not like you're gonna get in trouble for lying because the test is gonna reveal whatever anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, answer the questions, and then the only person you're really hurting is yourself, because if they quote you a certain way and then your test results reveal otherwise, they'll
Yep.
be like, hey, you did answer no on these questions, but according to your test, you do this, this, and this, so we have to raise your premium. And it's like, darn it.
Yeah, darn.
But
I had a bad weekend.
yeah.
I did have one before you got here.
But I mean, again, that doesn't change what your results would have been. So if
Yeah.
anything, it's like, yeah, answer the questions correctly. And then that way, even if there is something, say like the nicotine that
Yep.
doesn't pop up, then all right, you got that one off scot-free.
I hope it worked because I don't know if I'm going to do it again.
Which is also why in a
It'll
car
actually
accident,
deplete it. in your
never
system.
admit fault.
So it's not going to be 100%. Well, Kansas is no fault state anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter.
Well, but
Yeah.
the point is the second you to the cops, to the other vehicle, whatever, the second you say, yeah, that was my bad, I didn't see that stop sign, they're off scot-free, even if it was entirely their fault, because you admitted like, oh yeah, I take blame for
That's
this.
not accurate, 100% accurate though, because we got hit in Manhattan. She was in the middle lane and we were in this lane, and she just turned over and took us straight into a light pole. Oh, I didn't even see him there. Well, you hit us, but yeah, we had to pay for it all.
No shit.
Yeah, we had to cover everything.
I was gonna
Wow.
say that shouldn't have been the case.
But then the
so-
cops in Manhattan, she had no insurance. She had a stolen plate
What?
on a different car, and the
What?
cops let her drive off.
What?
Yeah.
This sounds like a bad police report to me.
No kids.
Sounds like corrupt cops.
No shit.
Yeah.
In Manhattan.
And a corrupt insurance company.
Yeah.
They were on some of that take under the table, huh?
Yeah, somebody got paid something. It wasn't me.
The
It
current book,
wasn't me.
the current book I'm reading is Corrupt Cops. So like it's in the front of my mind.
Yup.
Like,
Everybody.
All right, Jordan, where you at?
I will say one of my buddies did have a post. It was somewhere in Kansas, like Wamego maybe, of like a cop that like basically it was a super long post saying like, first of all, most of the people on at least this force like previously served in the army, or like we
Oh,
had
this
other
was
jobs.
Wabaunsee County.
Huh?
This was Wabaunsee County.
Bunsey County.
Wabaunsee.
What? Yeah, Wabaunsee. Yeah, it was something with the W. That's why I can't remember. But yeah, I love that post because it was basically saying like, look, like
Oh,
it is
with the
more,
kids.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the no
yeah,
MI.
it is
Yeah.
more important to us
Yeah.
that you get home safely and we'll let your parents discipline you
Yep.
than you making a bad choice.
exactly.
And like that's
Pretty much said no MICs, MIPs ever again.
Yeah, that's what he
Right.
said.
If you call us.
correct. But
Yeah.
that's the thing is like, number one, you're building that trust and that relationship with those kids as opposed to like, oh, it's the cops, like type of a thing. So number one, like good for both parties. Number two, you're also putting that pressure on the parents too of like, if your kid is constantly out like getting in trouble,
Yeah.
that's then when the cops can look at the parents and be like, look, like, I don't know if this is a safe place for your kid to live because clearly you're not parenting them the way that you should be, whatever. So that's, again, helping out with shitty homes, in my opinion. But then on top of that, yeah, you don't have the whole situation of, yep, like cops are out there just to bust ass and that sort of stuff.
Right. Like my MIC I got in college. Okay. Oop. It's going to take it might explode. When I was in
Do we need to
college,
shut that off?
I might go turn it off in a little bit. When I was in college, I got my MIC on the mile line north of the rock, and I walked through a field and ran through a field because I didn't want to get busted at the rock. And so I was out in the middle of nowhere.
Did you run east or west?
I ran north.
So I was out east.
Yeah. And so I flagged down a cop because I thought Rourke was coming. He was the one coming over the hill to get me. And I was like, oh, I'm right here. And he was like, I don't see you. And I was like, I'm waving in the middle. It's not you. All right. Talk to you later. And he ended up driving me back to my house. And he was like, by the way, are you 21? I was like, yep. And he was like, can I see your ID? I was like, nope. And he was like, I'm going to need to see your ID when he dropped me off at the house. And so, yeah, I got my MIC right there, or MIC right there in my driveway. But it was like one of those things that I wasn't hurting anybody. I wasn't
just-
breaking like
That's what I mean. Like
laws
just let me go home.
in the community.
Yes.
Obviously, I was drunk, but yeah, I obviously didn't have a beer with me. Like, just let me be.
Yeah.
45 years ago, it was legal for him to drink at 18.
Right. And call my mom and dad and be like, hey, your dumbass son, I had to give him a ride home because he literally had scrapes up and down his legs from walking through the forest and a Milo field.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a lot better. Instead, I got slapped on the wrist and $250 for the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing if I can hear.
Oh, I'm going to go unplug it, and then we'll get started.
I don't think I do, but
But for our
oh no, yeah, I agree. I'm saying as long as it's not.
Yeah, it is singing back there.
She did.
I definitely think it's on its last leg.
Something just needs a break. I think is what it is.
Hit your compressor.
Actually, yeah, now that I have it set up. Oh, well. I'll unplug it.
I'll say it sounds like the compressor.
The thing's not even that old, right?
It was used beforehand.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, that thing's not even that old, but yeah, if you bought it used.
Well, it's actually a lot older than you think. Mike and Mike had that in their house in Hayes, or Mike and Brady, one of the two. And it was sitting in Mike's garage for like 5 years without it being
That makes sense.
used. And then I was like, hey, I'll use it for Cypapalooza. And then I just never gave it back. I asked him the other day, I was like, hey, do you want that for the lantern? And he was like, nah, I already have one. I was like, all right, I'll keep it then. So, cool. I think, so I got a really good thing to go off of here from Chat GPT.
Okay.
And it's good. It's good. So I got that one. For Russell, I think we can just come up with off the top of our head.
Yeah.
And then, excuse me. Wow, I can hear a lot better. What else? What else do we have? The draft, and I have a few good takeaways. Some guys that maybe aren't making all the news right now. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep.
Other than that, I mean, I think we did pretty good in the draft this year.
See, I was just gonna like literally off the top of my head be like, oh, here are the picks that stood out to me.
Okay.
And
I think we need to break down the Chiefs just a little bit.
well, yeah, I mean, weren't we mostly like we had an offensive lineman, we had an edge, we had what 2D tackles,
Yep.
which we needed because we lost all of our backups.
And a cornerback?
I think we had a corner. We did also get a receiver, but again, that guy's
Yep.
not going to see the field barring injury. So
Yeah, well, he could. Especially depending on how long Rice is out.
Yeah.
Your offensive tackle will be good.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been reading says 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Oh, man.
12 weeks. I
That's-
felt bad.
I was going to say that's way longer than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Just making an example.
Honestly, they need
Has he
to.
been? I mean, I wouldn't be upset because yeah, like that looked really bad.
Yeah.
but
They need to stop doing that
I mean,
on
he
the
ran.
rookie year. Right.
I mean, that's
just take the slaps on the wrist and move on.
Well, they just had Jamar Chase and Higgins just got cars and just tore up.
Yep.
Cutting in people off, driving recklessly. I mean, on video.
Do we not remember the dude from Oakland or was it Vegas? That
It was
Henry
Henry
Ruggs.
Ruggs.
yeah.
He's getting out this year.
Are you kidding me?
Is he really?
He's getting out on probation. They said he could actually make a career because he's only going to be 28 years old still.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Not in the NFL anymore. What?
If the NFL lets it
Dude,
back
the
in.
NFL let. I mean, granted, it wasn't nearly the same type of thing, but Josh Gordon got like a bajillion chances in the NFL.
True.
So,
You just got to be good.
yeah,
He can get out this year.
no one cares that Henry Ruggs killed somebody.
That's unreal. Unreal. And then what was that? The Patriots wide receiver
Hell,
died.
If Aaron Hernandez didn't take his own life, he'd be on a team right now. Let's be honest.
Oh my god, dude!
Someone would be like, "Hey, man, that guy could catch, score some touchdowns."
He'd probably be on the Falcons right now.
Here we come.
Let's be honest. He wouldn't be on the Raiders because they have Brock Bowers. But like,
He'd be on the Falcons. Dirty Birds.
actually, he'd probably be on the Browns. Let's be honest.
Well, if he went back down to Florida,
they'll sign
though,
anybody.
Yeah, they will.
if he went back down to Florida, I don't know. Maybe Florida's like, nah, actually, we can't have you back in the state. All that shit you did in Miami.
Oh God.
All right, they're not Miami. It was
No, he was in Florida.
yeah, but not.
Oh,
What's that town? Is it Tallahassee University
Uh,
of?
no. You're thinking Gainesboro, but I didn't think he was.
He was a Gator.
Yeah, but I don't think it was there where he was doing that stuff.
There was
There's first. That's where it started.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was off-site.
Did you watch that?
Gainesville,
The whole documentary.
Yeah, on their
what'd I
big
say?
run.
Gainesboro.
Gainesville. That's what I meant.
On their big run. Did you watch that documentary on the
No,
Gators?
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, pretty much Tebow was like left in the dark on all of it. And after he got into the NFL, he was like, "Wait a minute, they did what?" Because he was living under a rock essentially. He didn't go to parties. He
Right.
didn't do anything.
Yep.
And they had like 4 or 5 people on his team that were like,
Yeah.
sketchy shit, very sketchy.
But I mean, like where the sketchy stuff took place, I thought was not in town.
Oh yeah, probably one of the suburbs right there close.
Yeah,
But everything in Florida is compacted.
Yeah,
True.
it all runs together.
It's like
I
Michigan.
assumed it
Dude.
was like out in the swamp somewhere.
It wasn't Gator on Gator crime.
I mean, got murder, throw him in the swamp.
Yeah, true. All right, well, let's get started. Do we have any cold opens or anything?
Nope.
Okay, here we go. Coming to you live from the front porch. Welcome to In the Middle Podcast, a podcast about living life in the Midwest. So pour a glass, sit on your ass, and join the conversations as we talk all things sports, hobbies, and life's greatest conundrums. Mark, what's up, dude?
I was just thinking about our last podcast, which
Yeah.
you can find on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, by the way. You have a twist top. Hannah has a bottle. Derek has a twist top.
Yeah.
I have a bottle. So to our new North Carolina listeners, I'm really sorry. So I'll just fake it.
Oh, there you go. Actually, yeah, and this is the last 2 Yingling bottles. So we have
All right,
some.
We'll pop tabs soon.
Yeah, we'll pop some tabs. Sorry you don't get to hear that that really nice.
I'll make sure to get it in there.
Yeah, and did everybody hear that? That was PD. PD's back in the studio.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing, PD? PH, Padusa, how are you?
I'm all right.
All right, we're all the gang's here. First time in a few weeks, so
Yeah.
super stoked about that. What are we talking about today?
Sure. Well, before
before we
talk
do
about
that.
what we're going to talk about, we of course have to shout out our Patreon supporters, Miss Hannah Haggard, PH herself, Mr. Eric Rorick, and Mr. Joe Roth, and then of course our longest running supporter, Mr. Hunter Key. So thank you all very much. Thank you to all of our Twitch subscribers, anybody who is buying merch. I don't know if you are or not. But really, if you've supported us in any way, shape, or form financially, whether it's 1 penny or $1 million,
I'm still waiting on that one.
we appreciate you. But then, of course, we do have our sponsor, Mr. PD with McNary Chiropractic. Dad joke of the week, guaranteed to crack you up. Sponsored by McNary Chiropractic Family Health and Wellness here in Russell, Kansas. Go see PD for all of your chiropractic family health and wellness needs. Sipe, what is our dad joke of the week?
Sorry, I can't go off of the day here. It is April 30th, so I just have to do this. Okay, I apologize in advance.
Okay.
What do you call a loaf of sourdough at the zoo?
A loaf of sourdough at the zoo?
Yeah,
I don't know.
bread in captivity.
Like I get it, but I also
So dumb.
don't get it.
So dumb.
The sourdough just throws you off.
Yeah,
know.
that one did not land.
Yeah,
That,
bread and
that might be the first dud that book has given us.
yeah, yeah. It-
Can't all be perfect. Well,
no,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah, today is April 30th. There it is. That was loud.
That was a good one.
That was. Tomorrow's May
It's like
Day.
he cracked six
It's
six
gonna
cans
be
at once.
May.
It's gonna be May.
May.
So we don't have anything topics picked out for May, but I don't think we need to. We just everybody knows it's busier than shit.
Fly by the seat of our pants.
Yep. I don't know where April went.
Nope.
No.
I didn't
all.
know where March went.
Yeah.
April went just as fast. And May's going to be just as quick too.
Is somebody speeding up time? Like, is there a Doctor Strange thing that's happening on like right now?
You're getting into things I don't know about.
Okay. Something's happening because even Elliot the other day.
The
was
days
like-
the days are going fast too.
Yeah.
Which lots of times it's the classic the days are long, the years are short. It's like, no, the days
Yeah.
are quick.
Yeah. And Elliot the other day was like, Dad, time's just going by way too fast. I was like, you're way too young to say that. So,
You should be enjoying life, son. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
yeah. At school, is that rough on you right
Yeah.
now, buddy? So, yeah. So, other than it's May, anything else happening right now that's in the wild world of us?
I mean, our kids had a evening program at the
Yes.
school.
Yeah.
Which had a light show, which I've never seen at an evening program.
It was pretty cool.
So that was kind of dope.
And they did the decades, the last decades or whatever.
Yes.
Decades,
I did not have to listen to some like,
children's.
old McDonald
Yeah.
had a farm type of, songs. Like we actually got like decent music, which was
Yeah. West Virginia.
Mama?
Yeah. Old Mount
Yeah.
Mama was on
Oh,
there. There was another, which they butchered, by the way. Second grade.
what it is.
That was terrible. Guys,
You guys suck.
there was,
Boo!
it was not good. Okay.
Get off the stage.
And I have a video to back it up.
Let's be fair. I never have gone into a elementary school performance
Expecting
with
a
high
lot.
expectations, nor have I ever left an elementary school performance going, "Oh wow, that was really good."
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Encore. No. Please don't. And then there was another one that Ben was actually singing along with. I can't remember.
I'm still standing. Probably.
Yes, yeah.
Jack was singing along too.
That's off of Sing, isn't it?
Yes.
They had two sing songs.
Yeah. And it was a good performance.
I
so-
did appreciate the. I can't remember if it was the sixth graders or the fifth and fourth graders that sang "Unwritten."
Yes.
Which anytime I hear that
April
song,
Lavigne,
I think
right?
of the
April.
Natasha Bedingfield.
There was the April Lavigne song or
Avril Lavigne.
whatever the hell her name is.
You're thinking it's complicated, probably.
There was one that somebody sang last night. I thought
No, not of Avril. But point is every
April?
time I hear the song "Unwritten," I think about the old Vine of the redheaded kid in the car belting it out the window with his like puberty voice, and then the car like drives off as he's just like shouting at the top of his lungs.
which probably
So funny.
which was probably a lot of the kids last night.
Yeah.
And then Elliot and Mary Kate also had their first communion last weekend.
Which Elliot had to be so hot in that suit.
He looked like he was all right. I was wearing
Mary
a suit.
Kate was like red cheeks. She was
Yeah.
toasty.
So
His shirt was untucked in the back.
for a little bit. I had him fix it.
Okay, good.
No
Yeah.
one could see.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the back. That's the only reason
Oh.
I saw it.
And I was trying to help him fix it, and he got so embarrassed. He's like, "Dad, I can do this myself." Like, stop. And he would like repeat himself really close, which means like he really wanted me to stop. He's like, "Stop." And I was like, "Yes, sir. All right, we're done."
Poor Elliot.
I know.
Getting to that
it was
age.
the first communion for me to actually be there to witness first communion.
Oh.
So,
You haven't seen First Communion? Very cool.
no.
To be fair,
I've
Father
done the funerals and
Vincent
I've done
is
the weddings, but
Yeah.
communion.
Father Vincent gives the long Catholic ceremony.
He's good at that.
He does that.
Yeah, he's really good. Talented.
I started going A's.
Derek. You missed some big news in our small little parish. Father Michael is getting reassigned.
I knew that was coming.
Darn it. Yeah.
He's good friends with Dana's family.
And guess where Father Jay's going?
I know that one too.
Wait a minute, Jay's leaving too?
I didn't know he was getting reassigned. Where's
To
he?
Clyde.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, because they're moving Father Luke from Oakley to cover the Downs, Cocker,
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
And helping the school.
So they
Cool.
released all of these now?
Osborne.
I'm gonna have to go read them all.
Yeah, I think they have. Or at least they all came out
No,
last
he's not
week.
helping with the school. He's got Osborne, Downs, Cocker, and Tipton.
Oh, okay. Because
The
Father
guy from
Jay
Tipton
was.
is coming here, right?
I don't.
Or sorry, not Father Jay. Father Andrews.
Oh, okay.
Rockers?
Andrew Rockers.
Right,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, sorry.
is.
Sorry.
Because he and Father Jay have been sharing
The school.
Beloit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Not Father Jay. Father Rockers is going to Clyde.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Clifton, Clyde, Aurora,
It's like I'm pretty sure
Cuba.
Jarrett would have
maybe?
said something on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
know
sorry.
he-
Not
Well,
Father Jay.
I'm also like, and granted,
Zambia.
I don't know all the behind the scenes stuff, but you have a I'm just guessing based on the population of the town, it would seem to be a waste of Father Jay's talents to
Whoa.
go put in.
Whoa.
in
I like to think of it more as
that'd
a.
be like a 5-star recruit going and playing at like Colby Community College.
Hey, hold on. It's more of a.
I love Colby CC, man.
It's an active sabbatical, is what that would be. Okay, like we just know that you went through the school system for a few years. All
Right.
right, now we're gonna give you a little bit of a less on your plate, and just go and
Which
do your work.
that's nothing against Father Rockers. Like he's
No.
awesome in every way, shape,
Which I
and
think
form
is
as well.
probably what they're doing with Father Rockers.
Yeah.
Because he'll probably end up going back to replace Father Jay at some point.
Yeah,
Is
but-
what my.
he'll end up somewhere.
I didn't catch that
So
one.
it's Father Daryl Olmsted, who actually was
Olmsted.
my priest at St. Nick's.
Oh, really?
When like my siblings were all young.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think. I think technically he confirmed me,
Okay.
but nice guy. You'll be able to understand him, which
Yep.
people will appreciate. He's very like laid back and whatever. I don't get a lot out of his homilies, or at least I didn't back then, because they all pretty much sound the same. There's not a lot of depth. It's very
Yeah.
surface level,
Which is all right.
Which I will say, having young kids where I don't really get to listen to the homily anyways. All right, cool. And I already have that pre-existing relationship with him. So
Yeah.
like walking in late and like all of my kids being loud, like we're going to be fine.
She's
and
gonna be like, "Oh, I know you."
he is very great with kids too. Like he's very like gentle, like grandpa
Yeah.
style, like
Cool.
type of guy. But yeah, I will say it's not like you're gonna be like getting these like awesome scripture reviews like you would with like Father Fred or Father Damien, or if you're
Father Gale.
being entertained like a Father Gale or a Father Jay,
Yep.
whoever. So he'll do a good job. I'm just not like he'll be all right.
Yeah, I am pretty sad though, seeing that Father Michael left or leaving. I didn't realize that he's already been in town for 12 years.
Yep. And that's the max they'll keep him.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, that's
I mean, he was here when we were still here.
yeah. I didn't even put two and two together. Like, it's like, yeah, I guess we haven't had a new priest for a while, so that's good. Other
There was a
than
contest between Dad and Father Charlie as to who was here the longest.
no kidding.
And once Father Charlie left, then it was Dad.
And then he was like, all right, I won. We can leave now.
There you go.
All right, so we got all that out of the way.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Well, now that we've talked about priest relocations,
Yes.
So there's your topic one, folks,
Yep.
because we really only have two topics, which
Yes.
is we're gonna do some highlights of the NFL draft. You know, some of the surprise picks or some of the picks we liked, didn't like, whatever. We'll obviously talk about the Chiefs picks, and then we previewed it on the last show with our cold open review. So glad that made it on the show.
Yes.
But we are going to be doing a kind of a hometown tourism
Brochure.
style,
Yes.
promotion for all of our respective hometowns, and then we will collectively do it for Russell.
I like it.
So that's what we're doing today.
All right, well, let's get into topic number one.
What was that?
What was that?
We changed that, huh?
Hold on. Topic number 1. Much better. All right.
Can you press it? I want to know what that was. Dude, that's kind of like
Here we go.
game showy fun.
And today is International Jazz Day, so that's
It's
just
Cool. really?
Hey,
of course I know that. So
Yeah.
It's
bust
perfect.
out the glitter gloves and shake your hands around. Spirit fingers.
So let's get this one out of the way.
Yes.
Shadur went 144th.
I was hoping he didn't even go. If I could have made a bet that he wasn't going to go top 5 rounds, I would have done it.
No
Because
kidding.
from the beginning, I knew he would not go top 5 rounds. He's too arrogant.
It just still surprised me.
I figured he would definitely fall to day 2. Like,
Yeah.
I really did not believe he would get picked in the top, like in the first round.
Yep.
I was surprised that he kept getting passed on at a certain point. And then once it was a case where like all the other teams had selected their quarterback, other than the Steelers, it was like a classic like fantasy football thing where like everybody drafts a defense before you. And it's just like, well, I know they're not going to take this guy, so I'll just take him at the very end of my draft. And it was almost like a weird situation where the Steelers were like, well, worst case scenario, we take Shadur with our last pick. And then the Browns took him after
Yeah.
Gabriel, which is just hilarious to me.
So I saw something, was it today or yesterday, that they still do have Deshaun Watson.
And Flacco.
Yep. Flacco. Kenny Pickett.
Yep. There's your
Dylan
5.
Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. And now Shadur.
To be fair, Deshaun Watson is not going to play another down for that team.
True. Very
So,
true.
He's
Even
still
though
on the
he's on the
roster.
team, he's not
On
going
the
to
team.
like actually be in contention for playing time.
But he should
Which
still
is-
be listed before Shadur.
It should be.
Somebody said today if they did a Hard Knocks for the Cleveland Browns just on their quarterback room,
Yes.
it would be like ratings gold.
Did you see that was really close to a dropped bottle there? Did you see somebody already spoofed The Office with just the quarterbacks of the
But I
Browns?
have to see it now.
It was freaking awesome. I'm gonna see if I can find it real
Well,
quick.
that's the thing. If Shadur does start and doesn't perform, that coaching, whoever's the head coach of that team,
Right.
gone.
Stefanski.
Yeah.
He's gone because they're going to be like, well, Shadur's a good player. Look at his father. Well,
Well,
is it him or the coach?
I don't know if that's accurate though
Oh,
either.
Look at what Dion said. I don't want ever want him going to the Cleveland. It's trash.
Yeah,
Blah,
that
blah,
was
blah,
what?
blah. And
20 or like a few years ago,
Yeah.
2022 or 21. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think what happened, and this is my take on it, and I share it with a few other people, but he was making 6.4 mil, I think, a year.
6 point something, yeah.
Yeah,
in a year.
in a year in college.
In college.
And I think a lot of people, they didn't care for his interview and they thought he was a little bit too arrogant. And at the end of the day, they're like, look, if he does have the talent, maybe this is going to break his ego a little bit. He's going to come in and actually work harder now
Yeah, prove me wrong.
and prove everybody wrong. And they're doing it at a super low cost.
Yeah.
I mean, 5th round, he's only have to sign a contract for what? Like the minimum was 150 or 1,000.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a business move, to be honest.
A couple of just interesting thoughts. I don't like the Colin Cowherd take of like, quarterbacks should wear like their hats forward and like that sort of like
Right,
goofy
yeah,
stuff. Like that's
yeah.
always kind of silly. But what I will say is when you are a quarterback, you are by all accounts given the keys to the kingdom.
Right,
Like,
yep.
yeah, I mean, Baker Mayfield literally like lived in the stadium.
Had a commercial about him having the stadium as his home.
Right. Like that wasn't OBJ who was on the team. That wasn't Jarvis Landry who was
Right.
on the team. That like no, you are the quarterback, you are given the keys. And so in terms of the arrogance part, I think you can get away with that if you are a wide receiver, a cornerback, maybe an edge rusher, people who like that is kind of part of the game is
Right.
the diva mentality. Whereas as a quarterback, it's like, no, you're supposed to lead this locker room. And while, yes, maybe I can appreciate your confidence, you also can't be a child.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's probably the vibe he was getting off is, for lack of a better way to put it, Nepo baby. Like,
Yeah.
yep, you're here because of who your daddy is and nothing more. And so you'll probably continue to behave that way. Now, what I will say is if he wants to play, he landed in a good spot.
Yes.
Because, again,
By all
Deshaun
accounts.
Watson's not going to play.
Yep.
Joe Flacco's a old
40.
statue ready to fall apart. Kenny Pickett, been there, done that. And Gabriel, by all accounts, should not be outperform Shador in practice.
Right.
And so if the cream is going to rise to the top, it's going to be Shador. And what that does help the Browns do, number one, he's on the cheap for the first, however many years. So they can rebuild the team around him if he truly is going to be the franchise guy. But on top of that, if he does end up being this privileged kid who's no good, he's a 5th round pick. You can cut him tomorrow and you didn't lose nothing.
And you might have a decent
5th rounders get cut all the time in training camp.
Right.
Get some
All the
trade
time.
stock for him.
right. He could get some stock even after that first year. Maybe he does show a little bit of
Yeah.
growth personally and maturity and
If he
everything
touches
else.
the field.
Right. And even if he doesn't, even in practice, if he stays out of the spotlight, doesn't have this stupid watch thing going on anymore, not having these big change, gets away from his dad for a while. Maybe he does a lot of growing up in Cleveland, and maybe he becomes somebody that you can trade for.
Well,
I mean,
his
we
brother
say
dropped
this-
his dad as his agent.
Yeah.
And got freaking picked up an hour later.
Right. So-
to use a perfect example, by the way, I mean, look at Trey Lance with the 49ers. Like now he is like this big running joke.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, like the Niners did the right thing of saying, yes, we traded a bunch of capital to go get Trey Lance. This Purdy guy is better. Let's roll with him. We'll trade Lance while we can because someone will still take him.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Shador. It's like if they truly did believe Gabriel's a better prospect than Shador, then yeah, if I'm the Browns, showcase Shador a little bit, fourth quarter, make him look good, with the backup defense, all that sort of stuff.
Preseason.
You get someone to give you a 2nd rounder for him when you got him for a 5th. Boom, you already did your business.
And then
you still got Dylan Gabriel, who's outperforming him in practice.
And then there you go. He's on the Cowboys.
He's gonna piss me off because I wanted him to go to the Cowboys.
I know.
I would have made so much money.
Speaking of things that, sorry, go ahead. You were leaning up.
Oh no, I was just moving.
Okay.
I thought Jerry wanted him because his daddy played there.
I could have swore that the Cowboys were going to pick him up, but
It's because Jerry kept Mike McCarthy. That's why.
yes. let's talk though of a call that we did absolutely have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late round. We had Will Howard going to the Steelers, baby.
Yeah.
And what a better pick for the Steelers. I mean, we talked about it already, so I don't think we have to go much into it, but
And right
Granted,
now,
that was after the pod, but still,
was it after?
yeah.
It wasn't on?
No.
really?
Yeah, we were standing.
Oh,
there.
shit.
Dang it. All right. Well,
Damn
we
it.
did call Will Howard to the
We did.
Steelers off camera.
Right behind the camera, I swear. It must have been right when we were
Literally
leaving.
off
Damn
camera.
it. So, yes, Will Howard, we did call a week ago tonight. And what a freaking pick, to be honest.
And I have watched every video, everything like about it. Like,
Yeah.
if I didn't already love him, like I do even more now
Right.
because it's amazing to watch.
He has a legit chance to earn the starting job.
Yes.
And even if I don't think they should, but like even if the Steelers do the stupid thing and they go get Aaron Rodgers and say, let's try to contend this year, give Will Howard a redshirt year. And then, if they're in a position to draft a, better quarterback next year, then
Yeah.
okay. And Will Howard's just a perennial backup in the league. But I truly believe that, he landed in the perfect spot, as we
Yep.
said off camera, since apparently it wasn't on
Yeah,
the show.
damn it.
Is you have how did he succeed at Ohio State? He had a great running game, had a great defense. Who, by the way, your
Jack
linebacker,
Sawyer.
landed with the Steelers as well. Which
Oh, I
is a
didn't
cool
see
story.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he had elite wide receivers. Well,
Right.
you got DK Metcalf and George Pickens. He basically went from Ohio State, the college, to Ohio State, the professional football team,
Yep.
because that's what they have up in Pittsburgh right now.
Right.
Like,
With a secure head coach and a smart GM, which is what you need for Will Howard, because he is I'm not going to say he's a system quarterback, but he will be.
I would say so.
But what I mean is he would not succeed on a bad franchise. He doesn't have that talent.
Right.
But he could be Tom Brady-esque in the
Yes.
sense of
Build
yep,
the
you
team.
landed in the right spot with the right coach, the right GM, the right pieces around you to
Yep.
have a very successful NFL career.
and has the temperament that would not be the star and be
Right.
giving money to his keys because
Rodgers may not be a bad fit to go there and give him a year.
just to learn from him a little
Exactly.
bit.
I don't want him learning from Russell.
Yeah, we don't want him learning a whole bunch.
Russell's with the Giants.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where have you been?
Who do
He
they?
wasn't here when we were doing all the free agency
Who
stuff.
do they have? I mean, is it just Will?
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph is their starting
yeah.
quarterback.
Oh shit!
And Mason Rudolph is garbage.
Yeah,
So,
so-
that's why I'm like, Will Howard could legitimately be the day one starter, like, for
I
the
think,
Steelers.
man, I do think
Barring
they should
Aaron
go.
Rodgers.
They should go after Aaron Rodgers. Give Aaron just one more year.
Just give him a year.
Yeah, let him teach Will because he'll pick up some stuff from some good stuff from
I was
Aaron
gonna say,
Rodgers.
I don't know if he'd teach Will, but Will can watch him.
Right. Well, like he did with Brett. I mean, but I think Will again, and we talked about it the other night. But I think he has the temperament. He has the background. He has being from a smaller community or at least a small town feel. He has the work. Yeah, he has a work ethic. He's been on a work in progress there in Kansas, K-State, there in Manhattan. And then you see what he can do though when he goes to a good team. He has all these people around him that are really good. He went and won a national championship. I mean, come on.
And it kills me to even think about rooting for the Steelers. But I'm like,
Dude,
I've always liked the Steelers.
it's just
I hate
And
it.
hey, if anyone's gonna keep the Bengals out, give me the Steelers.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's one of those like there's so many like I do root for the Ohio State guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've got that on both sides of the ball. I like Mike Tomlin as a coach, so like
Yep.
it's not a big deal. But yeah,
He's-
like I was very excited to see that one.
He's also a coach, and this is why I don't think the Aaron Rodgers thing is a good idea, is because we've seen it with Antonio Brown and other like Le'Veon Bell and other players.
Yep.
Is he is not afraid to throw someone under the bus for not being part of the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, Aaron Rodgers always likes to make it about himself. And Mike Tomlin's got to be the first one to go up to the podium and be like, yeah, if Aaron doesn't shut his mouth, he ain't playing on Sunday. And everyone's like, what is you saying? And then Aaron's going to go on Pat McAfee's podcast and complain about it. And then he'll be like, Aaron, I told you to get on the bench. Will, you're in.
Which honestly, I could see them working out some sort of professional deal. Like before that even happens, is be like Mike and
There
Rodgers
has to be severe conversations.
Would be
before
like,
they
Yeah.
ever
listen,
sign him.
we want this to work. I'm going to reduce my ego a little bit. You're going to have to reduce yours. We're going to get through this year together.
Yeah.
We're going to make you have an awesome last season, a hell of a lot better than you just had with the Jets, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
And then you can be going on your way, and I'll have two quarterbacks that can fight for position now. But we just need 1 year, one buffer year.
Give Aaron Rodgers DJ Metcalf. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but we had a lot in New York last year with the Jets.
I was going to say, he had a loaded roster. and he did
Wilson?
nothing with it.
yeah, Wilson's young though.
Yeah, but he was freaking good. And then he got his boy back.
He did.
Yeah, Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
Brees Hall. They
They had a lot of
great
weapons.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't play together.
No, they didn't at all. Well, and bad front office.
They're
too.
an on-paper team.
Yeah. Other than that, I have to mention two picks. Billy Bowman went to the Falcons, cornerback. He was a big OU guy last year.
Okay, I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah. And then
I knew where we were headed.
and then Stutzman went to hold on. I can see it's just not coming. New Orleans. Jesus. He went to New Orleans. I think in the fourth round. So higher than Shadir.
I mean, a lot of quarterbacks would.
No, he's Stutzman's a linebacker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, defense.
Yeah. There were several questionable ones for me for my Ohio State guys.
Yeah,
For the most part, I was pretty pleased with the way that they all went.
good.
There you go. I said last week I did not want to see. I can never say his name. Gentry. Is that
Gentry.
Gentry?
Gentry.
See, I kept saying Gentry, and I felt like I was wrong saying it.
Austin Genty. It's
Genty?
J-E-A-N.
Is it Genty?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either
Boise
way,
State
the
guy.
Boise State running back who's super awesome. I said the one team I don't want him to go to is the Raiders. And what happens? He goes to the
Yeah.
so not only do we have to deal with him,
At least we don't have to deal with Shadir on the Raiders.
didn't the Broncos
Just saying.
get that North Carolina kid or whatever? What's his name?
Oh, I did see it.
Or no? now I can't remember.
Yeah, TJ actually posted something about it yesterday. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah,
about-
look that up. What I do know is
Talking
your
about
two.
the kid from Norton? What are you talking about?
No,
No, he went to Kansas
didn't they draft the running
No, that
back
was Plainville.
that some people thought like could potentially?
But he went to
I thought it was
KC.
the North Carolina running back. Wasn't it UNC? I don't remember.
I did see
And-
Giddens went to the Colts.
It was like H
Yes,
something.
I
Yeah,
saw
backup
that.
Johnny Taylor, not bad. Hannah's two Ohio State running backs went basically back to back. One to the Patriots, the
Travion Henderson,
yeah, went there, and then your Jude whatever.
Judkins.
Yeah. Where'd he go again?
Yeah, you have me looking up too many things.
I know.
I want to say,
It's like an H name.
was it? I thought it was the Cardinals.
Who?
Judkins, was it not?
I don't think so. That doesn't say. I thought the Browns took him maybe. Yeah, to replace Nick Chubb. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Because a lot of people were comparing them to Nick Chubb and Sony Michelle, the Georgia Bulldogs, who ironically the Patriots took Michelle, who's the more like well-rounded one, and the Browns took Chubb, who's like just the pounded into your face guy. And the exact same thing happened with the Ohio State running backs. I also what was the other big one?
Jahdae Barron
Is
went
that who we're trying
to
to come up with?
the Broncos.
That wasn't who I was thinking of.
From Texas.
Is he? Yeah, from Texas, wide receiver.
And then Pat Bryant from Illinois, Savion Jones from LSU,
I'll look
Q
it up.
Robinson from Alabama.
What's another one that we're pretty excited about? Chiefs.
I think the kid from Casey from Plainville, that was kind of neat.
Yes, Jared Casey got. He didn't get drafted, but he got picked up free agency right after the draft.
I
One of
played
my
against
co-
his older brother,
Did you really?
I was gonna say one of
That's
my
cool.
coworkers knows his family.
Yeah.
Andrew. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So he's got the invite to spring training camp, and I tell you what, not that he'll make team maybe this first year, but I think he's definitely gonna be on the practice squad.
He went from no scholarship offer, no
Yeah.
D1 scholarship offer to on KU, and now
Yeah,
for an NFL team.
I saw that today. He was a walk on. Did they call him a POW at KU? They called him a certain. I don't know. They put some acronym together, but yeah, he was a walk on there at KU.
Preferred walk on.
Preferred walk. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
I had the right name,
PW.
wrong team. Hampton, Omarion Hampton from North Carolina went to the Chargers.
Chargers. Okay.
Who again, you have a Jim Harbaugh rushing offense,
Yep.
and now you give him a nice, good young back. Like, I don't like the fact that basically the top two running backs went to two of our division rivals.
Yes.
So no, in my head I had Broncos because he was mocked to the Broncos, but yeah, the Chargers are the ones who ended up taking him.
But guess what? Chargers gonna charge, baby,
That is true, and Raiders gonna raid.
and Raiders gonna raid.
So, no, the only other thing that I wanted to just touch on was I love when like the NFL draft like does crazy things. Everybody was losing their minds over the Jags trading up to go get
Yes.
Travis Hunter. Now,
Which was awesome, by the way.
here was kind of my initial like thought on it. Like, yes, if he's the player everyone thinks he is, says he is, hopes he is, you got two players for quote unquote the price of one.
Unreal.
However, they gave up next year's first round pick for this guy.
Perfect.
So
They're figuring on being real good.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Better be
is it's-
good.
on top of like the second round pick and like those other like whatever it was like fourth and sixth rounder or
Yep.
whatever. So in terms of that trade, it's like, dude, if he ends up being a bust, oh my God, they just take their franchise and it already
Is not
in the
good.
tank.
Yep.
And it's like they might like the whole like meme, like I might never financially recover
Yep.
from Tiger King. That will be the Jaguars if Travis Hunter does not work out. So I'm anxious
Yeah.
to see from a storyline perspective what happens with him.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that it works out, not for the Chiefs, obviously, but just for the franchise, just to see something. You hate to see a franchise just go through garbage years.
Trevor
I
Lawrence
hope
needs
all these kids succeed. Like
Right.
truthfully, every player drafted, all whatever it is, 259 of them, whatever.
Yep.
Like I hope all of them have great careers. They won't.
Right.
But yeah. Like
But to your-
nothing but the best.
But to your point, PD, like, yeah, to see Trevor Lawrence go and then just get a career wasted, like that would be hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because I do really think he is a good quarterback.
Right place,
just-
right time.
Yeah, truly.
Absolutely.
I mean, we wouldn't be talking about Tom Brady right now
No.
ever if he wasn't right place, right time.
Well, heck, I mean, we were talking about it a couple of podcasts ago of like, dude, we were mad when the Chiefs took Patrick Mahomes
Yes.
over Deshaun Watson,
Yes.
and now it's like, thank God,
No shit.
because we would be the Cleveland Browns right now.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough parlors in Kansas City for Watson.
No, oh my lord. Like,
Sorry.
yeah, that could have been a nightmare and a half, and we'd still be waiting for our first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Second.
Yeah. Well, first in modern times.
Yeah, like of our like that we actually got to witness.
Speaking of the Chiefs, big first round pick.
Loved it.
With
Absolutely loved it.
dude's fast.
Protect him.
Yeah, and what I see, he ran a 4.3 on his second attempt in the 40-yard dash in the combine. Was
Josh
that right?
Simmons did?
Was that right, or was it the DN that I saw that
Gotta
on?
be the DN. There's no.
I was gonna say there's no
Okay.
way a lineman ran a
Okay, it might have been.
trucking.
It,
Plus
might,
he has a knee injury, so it's like
it
that'd
might-
be really
it
impressive.
must have been
Still, it was 5.15.
515. There was
still a great
there was somebody else though that they
300
showed
pound
two
man. Yeah.
two of them that he ran a 4.4 and then a 4.3, and it was one of our defense, I think. Anyway, what else? Who else do we have for the Chiefs?
No, I was referring to Josh Simmons, our round 1 pick, who now will hopefully, once he is healed up from his knee injury, will protect Patrick Mahomes' blind side for many, many years to come.
Yeah.
I told Hannah last week, if this guy ends up being another Juwan Taylor, I'm going to be pissed. But if this guy ends up being another Creed Humphrey, we have, well, now that we've also signed Trey Smith, it's like we have 3 of our 5 offensive linemen figured out for the future.
Yeah.
Like, let's find the other 2, because it's probably not Taylor.
No.
And let's just solidify this line and let Patrick Mahomes sling it the way he did in the early days.
Now let's be honest though. Taylor's really good when he's not offsides.
Right.
Which is like 3 plays.
But
a
when you're
game.
Yeah.
when you're killing play calls
True.
left, right, and center because you're false starting all the time, it doesn't
Sorry,
help.
false start. Yeah.
It's like we go from Fisher to Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am pretty stoked that was our first round. It was offensive. I mean, obviously that's what we needed.
The front office had their heads together.
Yeah. And then we went defense, and then we picked up a wide receiver late in the 4th round or 5th round.
5th, I believe.
5th round. Again, probably won't see much of the field, but you never know. There's been some crazy ass 5th round picks that we've seen.
He'll be battling, which not that it'd be necessarily difficult for him to win, but Juju has the rapport with Mahomes at this
Yes.
point that, like,
Yep.
yeah, it would be a matter of like, yes, you can outplay Juju, but can you earn Mahomes' trust on
Right.
the field? Because we've seen guys like, Sky Moore and others not come through when Mahomes throws them the ball. So
Yep.
it's like, just don't drop the ball, because Juju at least has the secure hands, even if talent-wise he's not what he should have been.
And I think that might be a good thing to know already that we've had those examples going into training camp now. That this guy, I don't even know his name, to be honest. But this guy, whoever he is going to be one of those that's like, all right, well, I need to catch everything that Mahomes throws at me.
Where'd he go to school? Like TCU or something?
See, I don't even know.
I was thinking somewhere in Texas, but I don't think it was TCU, but it could be.
I did see a BYU player get picked up after the draft
That little white boy.
to the Browns. Yep.
He's like a twig.
I know he looks tiny, and so I'm excited to see some BYU guys that go undrafted landed on some practice squads or
They
some training
should.
camps.
That was a pretty good, impressive team this year.
Yeah, they had a hell of a team, and so to watch them,
Jalen Royals from Utah State.
yes,
Okay, yeah, Royals,
Royals.
because that was like the funny tweet from the Royals.
Yep.
Great pick.
right next door. Hell yeah. For now,
Yeah, and just as interesting stat for you, before Josh Simmons' career season-ending injury against Oregon, he had not allowed any sacks.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
and that's what we need.
We need that.
Keep it up.
Yep. And if it transfers like he did, or like the play did with Creed from Oklahoma, then that's a huge win for us as a Chiefs fan. So, what else from takeaways in the NFL draft here? Anything?
I mean, that's all I had as far as, we covered the Shadur's fall.
Yep.
We covered the Chiefs pick. We covered all the big splashy names, I guess you could say.
I put my hope in nothing as a Dallas fan, but I was pleased with our first round pick.
Yeah, no.
Which I can't even remember.
It was
Defense?
a guard.
He was a guard.
Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's
he's
one
gonna
thing
guard
Dallas
the
knows how
backup
to do,
quarterback?
it's build O-line.
Yeah.
Say what?
Gonna guard the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Hey,
They should have went with Shadur. There's a lot of size in the room right now.
I love you, boys.
All right. With that, topic number 2. So you kicked this off last week with the cold open.
yes.
Do you want to reread your Hayes hometown tourism brochure?
Well,
before we get started.
So I'll read you what I sent Alex, who then sent it to his sister-in-law, who we've dubbed as Beth. So,
Yes, Beth. Yeah,
Beth, if that is your real name.
it is. It has to be. It has to be. Sister-in-law
Disappointed
from
it is.
North Carolina. It's Beth.
Yeah. So I'll read you this, but I'm also going to tack on a couple of things because I did know they were only going for a day. So
Okay.
I will add on some additional features. So basically what I did for my tourism pamphlet, as you're looking through the pamphlet, usually they break these things down into categories. So that's what I did. So I started in the recreation department. This is concerning my hometown of Hays, Kansas, aka H-Town, as we call it.
H-Town.
Home of the Fort Hays State University Tigers. We do not say roll Tigers, despite what Gen Z likes to tell you, because we're not a bunch of
Alabama
Not-
wannabes.
not having original thought, which unfortunately I'm sad to say that is what Hayes does a lot. Is just, well, this town did it, so let's do it too. Like,
and it worked really well.
Salina has a Red Lobster and Olive Garden, so we need a Red Lobster and an Olive Garden. We don't have one yet, but that's top of everyone's priority list. So
Needed Canes first.
right. It's like, guys, let's be original, please.
Yeah.
Like, quit stealing crap from other towns, especially stupid towns like Toluca, Alabama.
Yes.
So there you go.
Amen. Reverend.
So, recreation. Number 1. Hit the hardwood at Centennial Lanes. And if you don't break 100, try your luck in the local arcade. If the weather is perfect for some mini golf, or as Hazians call it, putt-putt,
Yes.
you can go to Precision Valley. There's an 18-hole course with a full bar. Can also hit the driving range or the simulator if you're a real golf fan.
Yes.
For a more unique experience, head over to Frontier Park for a round of Frisbee golf. Plenty of challenging holes as you traverse around Big Creek, including the stepping stones. Bring your own discs
Yeah. Yeah.
and beer.
And beer.
Looking for something a little more low-key? Join the old ladies in walking a full 5K around Big Creek Crossing, also known as the Mall.
Yes.
Not sure how many laps you will need to make, but I hear the Easter Bunny is in town if you want to take your picture with them. Obviously,
Which
apply this
couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Right. Apply this to whatever season we're having. Might be Santa, might be the Easter Bunny, might be Uncle Sam. Who knows?
Yeah. 4th of July.
I don't think we actually do that, but
That would be cool.
Moneymaker, that's what I'm saying. So what I will add in is, yes, we do also have 2 golf courses there. We have the Fort Hays Municipal Golf Course. They think they're Augusta National, so personally, I don't recommend them because they're a bunch of pretentious jerks. And
From
then
one experience. All this is coming just
no,
from one experience.
I've played there, I think 3 or 4 times, and all 3 or 4 I felt very judged and like not welcome, truthfully. And then we also have Smoky Hill Country Club, which, to be fair,
Is
I
the
think
Augusta.
is kind of like Augusta, in which case you can only play there if you are a member or
Yep.
if you are invited by a member.
Yeah. Guest. Yeah.
However, beautiful course.
Yes.
Highly recommend. Make a Hayes friend who has a membership and go play Smoky Hill. It's a gorgeous course. It's awesome.
So if you're at the queue, then you have to say, "Hey, are you a member at Smoky?"
Just shout it out. There's enough Midwest people here that someone will be like, you know what? Just come along with me. I was
Yeah.
gonna go tomorrow.
Tea times at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
Bring the beer.
Someone will let you. Yeah, you buy them beer and like pay for their card
Yeah.
if they don't have one. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Perfect.
All right, so for your food and drink options, no trip to Hayes is complete without stopping at Serves at 27th and Vine and getting yourself a famous snowball. No, they are not slushies.
It's a slushy.
It's a slushy.
It is literally called a snowball.
It's a slushy.
TM, snowball. It's the perfect beverage for cruising around town or going to Walmart to people watch. For lunch, there is nowhere else to go other than Taco Shop for a classic Tex-Mex meal that you won't find anywhere else. Just make sure to ask for a side of chili con queso, which is the best cheese dip of all time.
Do they have your commercial playing on repeat?
They should.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And everyone will be like, oh my God, is that Mark of the ITM podcast?
He looks like he was 14.
Yeah.
Like stuffing his face with a burrito.
It's like 9, but still. Dinner should be spent at our award-winning brewery, Gella's.
Yes.
Plenty of German-style favorite cuisines to choose from on the menu, and a yummy draft beer to boot.
Yes.
Speaking of breweries, the perfect pre-game spot for beer lovers is Defiance Brewery, located on Old Highway 40. Call ahead and see if you can schedule a short tour because you will love the names of their tanks, which if you've never been there, they're named after the characters on Saved by the Bell.
They're tanks.
Yeah.
If you're not a beer lover, that's just another style beer. They're not naming like army tanks or anything like that, or
Well, like whatever
Vats.
the vats.
Vats, thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word when I was writing this.
I was
'cause
also
very
thinking-
fast. So yeah, the Vats.
Taint too.
Taint? Thanks for ruining my tourism guide. Typo.
Go ahead.
Delete. If beer is not your thing, then head to the Paisley Pear for some wine slushies. And who knows,
Yes.
you might get lucky and catch a live music performance or open mic night.
Yes.
They do that as well. I will also just quickly shout out just a couple of other places in Hayes to eat because obviously, again, this was designed for someone who's going there for a day. You want one of the best burgers you've ever had, you got to go to the Golden Q.
Got to have a Q burger.
Of course, I personally very much enjoy 9th Street Diner, especially if you're going there for like brunch. It's right like across the street from the Golden Q. It used to be called like the Golden Griddle.
Oh yeah.
But then they changed ownership
Yep.
and it became the 9th Street Diner and stuff. But basically, the menu did not change.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it's
Hell yeah.
like all their breakfast food, super duper good. Love all of that. And then there are a bunch of other like new restaurants in town. There's like a new Italian restaurant. There's like a
Yes.
Venezuelan restaurant. The Italian restaurant's super good. Katie and I went there.
We haven't yet, but I hear a lot of stuff from patients, so that's
Yep.
go get that one.
My wife and I are also massive fans of Saki Tumi. So if you
yes.
are a sushi lover, go to
Every
Saki
time.
Tumi. Excellent place. So yeah, and there's plenty of other stuff. Pheasant Run for breakfast as well.
Not on Mondays or Tuesdays. One of the two.
I don't know.
They're not open on one of the days.
Yeah, Hayes has a lot of really good places to just go try food. Like the Sip and Spin, I've never personally eaten there, but I've heard especially like Wing Wednesday or whatever, like fire wings.
Old Chicago now too.
Yeah,
I mean,
not bad.
pretty good.
I wasn't going to
Yeah.
promote chains, but sure,
It's not bad. But yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So quick, the kids have pissed you off, and we're gonna eat supper.
Drink some beer.
You just went to Home Depot. You got the trailer on back.
What's
Yo.
that song? Going down to the Applebee's Friday night. Like,
Yeah. There's another.
I mean, hey, you can go get half price apps and Long Island iced teas. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying. So there you go. For
and people
shop-
watch afterwards.
Yes. For shopping and sightseeing, Main Street is chock full of boutiques, mom and pop stops, and niche stores. So personally, I say to start at 13th at our massive public library and slowly make your way down to Cold Stone for a rewarding treat while you rest your feet.
There's a Cold Stone in Hayes.
Oh yeah,
I did not know that.
That's not good.
it's over by like Hayes Daily News.
Son of a bitch. I
Yeah,
did not know
down,
that.
Down by the pool. Basically, like if you take your kids to the pool, Cold Stone's like a block away.
Holy
I haven't been to
crap.
Cold Stone since Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I will also say, which is not part of this list because it was in summertime when I wrote it, head up to Hayes Aquatic Park. Or if you don't want lifeguards who are jerks, head over to Wilson Pool where you can do whatever the hell you want.
Hell yeah.
Located near the local middle school, Hayes Middle School.
Yes.
So there you go. Also, we have a Hobby Lobby, for the ladies. Moving on.
Hobbs Lobs.
Touring Old Fort Hayes or stopping by the Sternberg Museum are also fun experiences for history buffs. You can also check out the Buffalo Park as well. If you wanna
Yes.
see some live bison.
They used to have an
And
albino
had-
buffalo.
They just had 2 new babies born.
Did they really?
Well, there you go. Missed that bit of news because I am not interested in wildlife.
Or buffalo, for that matter.
Really good meat.
Really don't care. Yeah, buffalo. Yeah, you're not wrong there. So there you go. And then we also have technically the original Boot Hill, not the Dodge City Boot Hill, the actual old school Boot Hill. The town of Rome is also very fascinating. If you get someone to actually give you a tour of Hayes, a true Hayes historian, lots of really cool things that they'll tell you. Basically, that street right along the railroad where the Sip and Spin and that sort of stuff is, 9th Street Dyer, Golden Q, that was all the old Old West style stuff. So yeah, if you get a true tour of Hayes where you're in your car and you stop at all these different places, you learn a lot of really cool stuff.
Which I'm surprised they don't have tours for historians or
They do.
historic-
You just have to schedule it. You call Old Fort Hayes and they'll do an actual Hayes tour. You could probably call the Welcome Center.
Dude, they need to promote that more.
Right.
They really do.
I think that's the thing is it's not something that's a daily occurrence. So it's
Right.
probably kind of like the Russell thing where it's if you're interested in tour, call this number a day in advance.
Which again, we need to promote more. I think there's more people wanting
Yeah.
to do that, especially as retirees, our parents.
Didn't we joke one of these times that we're just gonna do that, but do it as a booze cruise?
Yes.
Just get hammered as
Yes.
we do it.
And that could be on my the stop on the railroad passenger train that I'm going to start.
There-
See,
Here we go.
here we go.
The
All
tour.
For the
There's
nightlife.
Russell. All right, let's move on to Hayes.
For nightlife. For fun and games, head on over to the brand new Arcade 11,
Yes.
which is owned by friends of ours in Russell.
Yep.
Or the Fort for some axe throwing and other unique activities. Arcade 11 is self-explanatory.
Yes.
If you want to hang out with a bunch of minors and feel too old to be here, head on over to Chuck's
Yeah.
to eventually watch the place get raided. For the local pool hall and sports bar, head to the Golden Q.
Yep.
Okay. If you want to dance in a cage with people of legal drinking age, head to the Sip and Spin.
I forgot about the cage.
Looking for a dive bar and possibly some karaoke? Leave the downtown area and head on over to the Horseshoe located
Yes.
on Vine.
The shoe.
And finally, after
Play some
all,
darts too. You forgot about the darts at the shoe.
True. I mean, there's darts technically everywhere.
Yeah, but
the shoe has
Quality.
yeah.
Premium.
yes, right next to the pool table, which is where it should be.
Yes.
And finally, after all of your drunken affairs, there is nowhere else to go that's open late other than a late night snack at the local IHOP.
Yes.
Guaranteed to make you feel better about yourself after dining with the questionable individuals you will find in there at 3 a.m. So that's my tourism guide for all Hazians. Unless, of course, you want to go check out the local churches. We also have the highest number of liquor stores per capita.
I didn't
In
realize
the
that.
area for a county. There's
That
all
makes
sorts
sense.
of goofy stuff.
Smithsonian used to have 4 liquor stores for a town of 1,700 people.
17 with
Yeah.
4 liquor stores. Holy
Or
crap.
1, 2, 3 liquor stores, 4 bars.
Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure Hayes has literally 15 liquor stores.
Holy. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I only hit my 2.
We
Yeah.
got a bunch. And then, naturally there's also, oh gosh, my brain just, well, obviously
Kaiser.
you have Fort Hayes, so you can go check out a Fort Hayes football game, Fort Hayes
Oh, yeah.
basketball game. There's
Track meet.
also the Bickelschmidt Sports Complex, which you can
Yes.
always, if you just want to go watch kids play youth soccer or youth baseball, there's always a tournament
Mm-hmm.
going on. Literally always.
And then the Hayes Rec. They have
Hayes Rec
tournaments.
and Fitness Center. So yeah, I guess if you're into basketball, volleyball, you can go check out the Hayes Rec.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, but
Been to Hayes for a lot of
overall-
gymnastics meets.
great town, plenty to do. People in Hayes will tell you there's nothing to do there, but
Right.
I'd like to say BS because I just gave you a whole list of awesome things that you can do over the course of a day, over the course of a weekend, a month, or in my case, my entire life.
And you forgot the Arc Park for the kids.
Oh yes,
yeah, the new
that's also new. That's like within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So yes, the Arc Park, excellent place to go, especially if you have disabled children. They
Yeah.
can go have a good time there as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first disabled friendly
Yeah.
park, right? Yeah.
Correct. And there's lots of other like really good parks in town as well. But yeah, that one's definitely, and you got a splash pad there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent park. For
Huge. All right. Well, I'm going to jump over to Clyde, Kansas, and I got a help from my personal assistant today. So
Sure. What's your assistant's name?
Chat. His
Chet.
Their name is Chat. It's my
Non-binary.
non-binary. A lot of binary things though. With it's Chat GPT, guys. Come on. I tried to run with this. You guys just didn't let me run with it.
Chad. Who's Chad?
So Chad here says, "Welcome to Clyde, Kansas, where heartland hospitality meets timeless tradition."
Oh my God.
I don't think
Here
I
we
could.
go.
I don't think I could have wrote this any better, guys. Are you ready? Discover the charm of Clyde. Nestled in the rolling prairies of the north central Kansas, Clyde offers a peaceful retreat full of small town warmth, historic roots, and family friendly fun. Whether you're passing through or planning a getaway, you'll find plenty to love in this quiet gem of Cloud County.
CC.
CC. Small town, big heart. So we have this historic downtown Clyde. Stroll down our main street and experience Clyde's rich history. Admire beautifully preserved architects. Visit unique shops and enjoy a bite to eat at the local favorites like the Clyde Cafe, which is actually called Bee's Place. Okay, and I'm going to add one in there. Go eat an ice cream cup at Big City Scoops there in downtown Clyde. And
So what's the recommendation at the Bees whatever place?
pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like bar pizza.
All right.
It's really good. Honestly, I haven't ate anything else there.
Okay.
So pizza. And then they on the Watermelon Fest, which I'm about to get to, they have a really good Bloody Mary bar. So I normally get a Bloody Mary.
I
every
will
year.
say that is something I did
was a
not
good bar.
mention with Hayes is obviously we are very much known for our Oktoberfest celebration.
Yep.
There's, 4th of July is 4th of July anywhere in the United States, but yeah, fireworks stands galore. Excellent fireworks show. We have the Wild West Fest downtown. during
Probably
that
have
time.
more fireworks stands per capita as well.
That is also entirely true. And I will admit, Wild West Fest has gone down in recent years in terms of I don't even think they offer the carnival rides and stuff anymore. But there also is a carnival group that comes in and sets up in the mall parking lot randomly, two or three times
Yep.
a year.
But that's
So-
enough about Hayes. You already had your spotlight.
No, you're right. I'm
This
just
is
saying,
Clyde's
I
time.
did not mention when you said Watermelon Fest, I was like, oh yeah, duh. I'd be stupid if I didn't mention at least Oktoberfest for Hayes. So if you're gonna come to Hayes, do it during Oktoberfest.
But just not during Labor Day weekend because that's Clyde's thing. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
That's
Here we go.
No, we're beginning of October.
And then we're going to go into festivals and communities. Here we go. Experience hometown pride at its best and absolutely best, right? I just added in best, capital BEST, during the Clyde Watermelon Festival. Held each summer with live music, games, parades, and of course, plenty of juicy watermelon. Seasonal events like the Fall Festival over in Concordia, which is Clyde, that's not in Clyde, and the Christmas in Clyde, which I think ChatGPT just made that up. I've never seen Christmas in Clyde, which maybe they should. Maybe they should have a little
Sounds good.
Christmas parade.
I will give your in terms of the Watermelon Festival and the festivities there, your demo derby.
Oh, hands down.
I've never felt more close to the action.
Yes.
Because at any point, that car could just go right through that metal barricade and
Yes.
kill all of us.
It's not even a metal barricade. It's just fence, chain
That's
link
why-
fence, right next to the stands.
Yeah.
Like,
Unlike RPM Speedway, like also at Hayes, but that's not an interest of mine. But I guess if you're into that sort of stuff.
yeah, actually, they have a huge speedway there. in Hayes.
Yeah. No, RPM Speedway is great, but like I feel like you're so far away from the
Yeah,
action.
you're not up close and personal.
Yeah. So like, no, I would much like if your choice is the Ellis County Fair with like our races, our demo derbies, that sort of stuff, or Watermelon Fest with your demo derby and all of your events. Give me Watermelon Fest 100 out of 100.
Dude, it's
I love
legendary.
Watermelon Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, great time.
So Watermelon Fest definitely is the big celebration in town every year. Labor Day weekend, they have a 5K, they have a parade, they have all kinds of stuff going downtown. And then obviously the big watermelon feed at the end of the night. I think it starts at 6 or 7. But yeah, the whole weekend, Labor Day weekend, is just
Stickiest night of the year.
yeah, and it's packed full. And I'm just gonna glaze over that comment. And so one of the things, real quick, family and fun and friendly faces. Clyde is a place where where neighbors know each other by name. Kids ride bikes until sundown, and visitors are welcome like old friends. With parks, a modern library, and a strong sense of community, it's the perfect place to slow down and reconnect. Plan your visit today. Located just off of Highway 9, Clyde is accessible for a weekend road trip or stop along your Kansas adventure. Come for the quiet charm, stay for the stories, smiles, and unforgettable memories. Clyde is more than a destination, it's a way of life. And dude, I could not wrote this any better. I'm serious. Like,
Other than the Christmas thing,
yeah, the Christmas thing and the fall festival is the only two things that this did not get right. Dad might become mayor. I don't know. I think he might be running.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, your dad would be an awesome mayor.
I know. He's been on city council for like 20 years now. And God rest her soul, our mayor just passed away like 3 months ago. And so we have a stand-in right now, but Dad might be running for mayor.
Would I still
Clyde.
get to call him Gary, or do I have to call him Mayor Sipe?
No, it's just mayor from now on. Mr. Sir.
Mr. Mayor, sir.
Yes.
MMS.
Yes. And honestly, I think, Dad's retiring at the end of June, early July. And I
Well,
think
not if he's mayor.
I think he would be perfect in Clyde to be a mayor.
Give him something to do still.
Yeah, and the amount of stuff that council in the last 15 years has been able to do, bringing in money, bringing in grants. Our VFW at the club, which didn't make the list, I don't know how. The club just got, so it's not the VFW anymore. It's the Clyde Celebrations Center or something like that. They just got $100,000 grant to redo the building and like
Okay.
upkeep and everything else, which is huge. It's the HEALS grant. I know there's been some talk in town to get a HEALS grant, but Clyde's been awarded $100,000 for one building downtown. Huge.
Nice.
And the downtown area is just we have a really good, I say younger, but I mean they're our age of people, a little bit older, of leaders within the community that are just really taking advantage of everybody coming together to essentially rebirth Clyde into the modern century, which is it's awesome. It's really cool to see. I would move back, but we got too much stuff going on here in Russell.
Yeah.
Too many projects here in town.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah. Well, so would the whole town,
Yep.
Next
you
mayor
were,
of
you
Russell.
were just on the leadership team. And, be
Yeah,
ashamed
doing it,
if all
gotta
that
do
went
it.
to race.
So, yeah, and we'll get to Russell here, but do you guys have something ready for the towns that
I chat GPT'd mine too because there's not a lot to do out there. It's actually come up some pretty good, decent stuff.
All right, let's hear Smith Center.
It is. It is actually said it was known for its education, above average education, which I would beg to differ.
Did you go to that same one?
By the way,
Still don't know how to use
I
math
hope
or
I'm not
English, but-
burying the Chat GPT lead here, but home of the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holtis.
Is it on there?
Yeah, that did pull
Okay, good.
up. Yeah, so that pulled up there. And then the book, of course, there was a book written about Smith Center, about the football program they had there for a while,
Which you're in?
potentially.
Yes.
Then there's actually one of the oldest Dutch mills
Really?
It was built in 1882. Is in Smith Center, Kansas. It was actually built in Reamsville, and they moved it into Smith Center in the 90s or 1938. They moved it into Smith Center.
I did not know that. Is it still active?
Yep, you can actually go host parties and stuff there. It's right by the city park.
Okay, dude, we have to make a visit up to Smith Center.
It's actually pretty neat. And then there's a historical museum. Yeah. And then actually right outside of town is the center of the United States.
Yep.
Just outside. So that's right there in Smith County. Then there's Ingleboro's Mansion, which was built in the 19th century, which now is a bed and breakfast, which definitely is. They
Okay.
still keep that up.
Yep.
And then there's Higley Cabin, which is the song Home on the Range. It was written there.
What?
Yep.
Dude, I love Smith
That's
Center.
just right outside of town. Yep. XL Campers, they were built there for many, many years till they closed that down.
And they moved it to Russell for a little bit, didn't they? Is that what I heard?
I don't know on
I
that.
have no idea.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Didn't like to pay taxes. So.
so it was probably really short lived here in Russell County.
Then there is an old center theater which still offers digital productions of movies. Which
No kidding.
and they run that thing every night of the week.
No kidding.
Every night?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yep, still do.
I was going to say, Russell doesn't even do that.
Then it's known for Old Settlers Day Parade, which some Russell natives sing at it almost every year.
No shit.
Yep.
That's cool.
Which is in September.
Okay.
And then it went to the education. Yeah, I believe that one. And then just kind of give you an idea how it's located. The closest Walmart is an hour and a half away,
Holy crap.
which
With
is
that,
either Hayes or Grand Island, Nebraska.
that's what I was about to say.
Wow.
Because Beloit doesn't have one.
No,
No,
The closest one
there's
would
not
be
one in Culver
Phillipsburg,
City.
which they don't have one.
we had
Yeah,
an Alco.
Cocker doesn't.
We had Alco growing
Hey,
up.
Yeah.
Alco is where it's at.
Yeah. They have a Baumgars now, though, right?
No, it went to a Tractor Supply.
Oh, which became. No.
It's
no.
a branch of it.
Are they?
Yeah, they're the same owners own Tractor Supply. Bumpers.
Okay. Interesting. I learned some things about Smith Center there.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they do have a native golf course, native grass fairway golf course. It's
No
really nice.
kidding.
And it's actually manicured very well
Okay. We have to make a trip
mean-
now.
with some good trees.
Yes.
Look, I was sold the second Derek said, home on the range.
They've actually built a mini one. They take
Where the deep
Old Settlers Day Parade.
That's cool.
antelope play. I bet you could get away singing that at karaoke.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Dude, you would get the crowd
Yeah.
hyped on that song.
Yeah. It reminds me of like Oklahoma.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I mean.
If you sang that in the state. And, sorry, did you need a.
No, singing Oklahoma.
All right. So what town did you do, Hannah?
I did Abilene, and I initially was,
Oh, this is going to be good.
I love Abilene.
I was not excited. Growing up there, I was not excited about it because I grew up on the south side of the tracks. You know, it was
I think we all.
Ooh, are there
grew up on
turf
the
wars?
south side of the-
like,
There's always a north and a south side.
if you were from the south side, you were just poor, and it didn't matter. Never mind the fact that President Eisenhower grew up literally in my backyard, but it's okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so a lot of things to do in Abilene, which as I've been looking over things to make sure that I knew what all I needed to mention, but the biggest one is Old Abilene Town.
Mm-hmm.
They have a
Been there. Great.
yeah.
Love it.
They've got the can dancers, the shootouts. They do a Longhorn cattle drive, all sorts of things like that. Just to really tap into that we are an old Western town, and like it's the start of the Chisholm Trail and everything like that.
Oh no, I was thinking of the Chisholm Trail Museum. I think
It is also there.
with a carousel in the back.
That's the Heritage Museum. But
Heritage. Okay.
But that is
Yes.
another thing that is very fun. is
Yeah,
the sea-
I've been there, and that place was awesome.
So did you do the telephone thing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's called something else now, but it used to be the Museum of Independent Telephony. And you could go in and it was everything from Edison to the flip phone. And you could be an operator. You could do with the little, what all the operators did with their plugins. You could talk on a phone that was,
Switchboard.
thank you.
Yeah.
You could talk on the phone that was hanging on the wall. If people don't know what a rotary phone is, you can
Oh, I had
check
one of
out one
those.
of those.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Our audience is old enough.
We need to give our kids one of those and see if they dial a number.
They
on
will be clueless.
I'll have to
I've
find
seen this on
100%,
YouTube.
Yeah, 100%. So, a lot of places to go, but yeah, definitely hit the phone museum, and then in the back is the C.W. Parker Carousel, which is forever old, but
And still running.
it still runs.
Yes.
You get on it, you have a grand old time.
Oh, yeah.
The music, you go up and down, all that good stuff. There are a lot of historical sites in Abilene, like 40 of them are registered historical sites.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's a very historical town.
How big is Abilene? Is it 4,000 people?
6,000.
6,000? So it's
Yeah.
bigger than I think it was.
Yeah. The Sealy Mansion is
Mm-hmm.
right there on Buckeye. It's the big old white mansion that has blue Christmas lights, which I think is infuriating. 'cause
Of course, it's on Buckeye.
I don't like blue Christmas lights. But anyway, if you go in there, you can tour it. There is a bowling alley in the basement. You can go bowl, which President Eisenhower also used to bowl there. Different
My wife has told me they still have the original Thomas Edison bulbs, which
Yes.
still work, which just goes to show you that everyone's into making money
Yes.
in this capitalist country. Because how many times have you had to change a light bulb in your life? Hundreds. How many times have they had to change a light bulb in the Sealy Mansion? Never.
So
They're also not as bright.
Doesn't matter. Never had to
be
change
fair.
them.
the man who owns the Sealy Mansion, two of his nieces are from the Beloit Glen Elder area and went to our church. So every time I see something about the Sealy Mansion or Terry Teachins, I'm constantly tagging them in Facebook, be like, "Here, did you see this? Did you see this?"
I'm anxious to tour it. Katie loved it.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal, and they do a lot of weddings there. In fact, my cousin, when she got married, was married in the park or in the gazebo. Oh, good Lord. There's so much to do. But the big thing is the Smoky Valley Railroad. You can go on a train ride. It's got an open air car. It goes between Abilene and Enterprise on the in the countryside. You get held up by robbers. You get to see the flour mill that is still working.
How do I did not know
Dude,
this.
Abilene's a cool town.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was that much there, honestly.
Yeah. No, Abilene's awesome.
Yeah. And then there's the Eisenhower Museum, which of course has the boyhood home, the place where him and Mamie and their infant son are buried in the chapel. The museum does a whole lot of different exhibits and things like that, just based on whatever's going on. I personally would like to go back to the Eisenhower Center and tour it again as an adult.
Yes.
Yes.
As a child,
No, I'm sure as a child you hated Abilene.
100%.
But as an adult, it's like, dude, I live in a cool town.
Yeah. So,
Plus, like all the old like Victorian homes and stuff there. Like, dude, Abilene's sweet.
yeah, there's the Eisenhower Center. There's Browns Park, which is out. Crap, what direction is that?
East.
East of town. East of town. They used to, when we lived there, they did every year. They did a sunrise service. They had buildings that were set up to look like old biblical times, and
Oh,
we
that's
had
cool.
like 50 to 100 people that would reenact
Yes.
the Easter story. My dad played Peter every year.
Nice.
Yes.
He would play Peter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an Earl Haggard role right there.
Yeah. They made him wear a wig. Dad was like, "Why?" Surely Peter was bald. Surely. Peter didn't wear it. But anyway, there's fun stories with that. But they also have a disc golf course out there as well. So there's that, and then there's camping, where a lot of Boy Scouts go camping. In fact, I know the Hurla boys have been out there
Oh, that's cool.
recently for Boy Scouts. So
Just don't go to the actual Abilene golf course.
Yeah. Skip that one on this one tour.
you can go to the Old Brookville Hotel and get
Uh-huh.
red fried chicken.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
We always got that.
I was waiting for it.
There's a theater in town for drama and musical productions. There's Eisenhower Park, which has a rose garden, and a lot of different things. In the summer, the municipal band plays every Thursday at 8 o'clock in the band shell. Been doing it for 144 years.
Holy crap.
I actually was a part of that band when I was in high school.
Whoa.
I learned so much more doing that, learning off of older guys who've been playing since Jesus was here.
For at least 144 years.
Exactly.
Played the first one.
We had a lot of fun with that, and that's actually where my love of marches came from, because we played a lot of John Philip Sousa marches.
That's cool.
And you can either sit in the grass, or you can sit in your car and honk when you're done, and that's the applause, is the honking and the
That is so cool.
It's so fun. And then there's a lot of historical mansions. There's another. There's the Siebold Mansion, which is like over on First Street, kind of over by the river. I had read something that they were going to do some kind of a haunted thing with it. I don't know.
Ooh, like a haunted house.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't
That'd
know
be
if
fun.
that has ever come to fruition. Like in the last several years, that was something that they were looking at doing.
Do you think they'll call it the Haunted Mansion? TM.
I don't know, but anyway, so a lot of interesting things to do. They also now have the world's largest belt buckle.
What?
Oh,
It's not in Texas?
No,
can I wear it?
no,
No.
but you can climb up on it. There's like a,
And pretend like you're wearing it? Oh.
and they also have the
I wanted to strap it around my pants.
world's largest spur, which is actually
I thought you said sperm.
Spur.
Bank, spur bank.
spur, SPUR,
It's
which
like a cast iron.
which is housed in front of Riddle's Western Wear and is big enough that a semi can drive through it.
Holy shit.
And then there's also Russell Stovers.
Okay. Yeah, don't bring up Russell Stovers,
Which should
please.
be here.
That
It's
hurts.
fitting
Yeah.
in the name.
Well, and it should have been,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
but
it
the
should have
town
been.
voted it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why Abilene got it.
Yeah. So let's not bring up Russell Stovers.
I'm sorry.
Somebody
but still.
screwed up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a
good
little
place to
sad
go.
you did not mention the Tornado Alley
No, the
Oh, the bowling alley.
as well.
Yep.
For Carl's Jr. That's
Or
really good.
for our degenerates out there, the Lion's Den. Which, if you don't know what that is,
Just
I'll let
look
you
it up.
figure it out.
Yeah.
There's also a good local place to go eat, and that's Joe Snuffy's. And
I've been there. Yeah.
they
I
have
haven't.
good food.
Yeah.
They have good food.
It's very good.
I'm actually sad that the place that I worked at when I was in high school is no longer open, because they had good food as well. So, Mr. K's Express, and then there was Kuntz's Drive-In.
It's like the
Brother.
Mr. K. You said what?
Mr. K's Express.
Because there's a Mr. K's in Manhattan now.
Oh. Interesting.
It's not bad too.
What I think we need to do, because before we get into Russell's, what I think we need to do is we just gave ourselves 4 weekends,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Easily.
To just go and take day family trips on a Saturday and go and see how much stuff we can see and then come back.
Smith Center will wait until the road's fixed.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You guys have a
Stupid
detour. Yeah, going up, which takes you a long ass ways away.
Where
Almost
does it
40
take
minutes
you?
out of the road. Clear over to
Yeah.
Lebanon.
Holy
Takes you
smokes.
clear back to Downs, over to Lebanon, and back in.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
well, because there's no other roads up there, I guess.
There's 2 country roads that I know of that you can get around.
Okay,
It's-
all right.
They don't want
Yeah,
the
if,
detour going on it.
if you're from
Yeah.
there, you know how to go. But
Yep.
if you're not, then
Yep.
Then you take the long one.
yeah, then you go through Downs.
Interesting.
So, yeah. First of all, Smith
Country
Center.
road.
I'm excited.
Oh,
to
It's
play when
better
we
than
get
what they sang the other night.
thank you. 'Cause I
So-
have no voice.
So we go to Smith Center. We go to Abilene. The Hayes. It's one of those things that I
We
think
can
we've
do it
all been
whenever.
there. But yeah, we can go make that
But
one.
we can do things that maybe you haven't done.
Right.
I've never ate sake to me.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, yeah.
dude.
That has to be lunch.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
have.
Have you ever played
Yeah.
disc golf out there?
No, I've never played
Like,
disc golf.
dude, it's a great course.
That's like a 4-hour adventure
But it's beautiful.
with all the kids. So I'm,
Well,
I'm
no,
thinking-
like I'm just saying, like it's haze. It's not like
True.
we have to like make plans to
True.
go over there.
yeah. But like, oh, I
take a
forgot to
couple hours.
mention Clyde has a beautiful 9-hole sands course, golf course.
How have we never played this?
I don't know. Come up on Labor
Jerk.
Day. Anyway,
That's a battle.
Labor Day is now
Settlers Day.
camp week.
oh,
so
it is. I
sorry.
forgot.
That'll
is
never
dumb.
happen.
which is dumb, by the way.
Sorry.
So anyway, we got our hometowns that we can go and visit, and we have a really good travel guide right now. Let's talk about Russell, though.
Yeah.
I want to start us off with Russell, Kansas is nestled in the heart
With Chad.
of Kansas. Russell offers a blend of rich history, vibrant culture, and scenic beauty. Whether you're a history buff, nature enthusiast, or an art lover, Russell has something special for you. Are you ready for this? All right. Highlights. Throw out some highlights of Russell.
Okay. Well,
Well, there was a
again,
murder last week.
No, not that type of highlight, please.
technically, there's like a murder at least once or twice a year.
Yeah.
We're honestly averaging about one a year since I moved here.
Since you moved here, Derek, is that what's going on here?
No, complete and total sidebar. When all of this was happening on Thursday, Katie said Dana was like really freaking out and like nervous about
Oh,
leaving
Dana,
and stuff.
like thunderstorms and that kind of stuff. Wow.
Oh, man.
well, right, but for Katie and for probably most of the Russell people, it was like, oh yeah, this happens all the time. Like it's like no reason to panic. Just lock the door. We'll be okay. It's like,
Meanwhile, I'm outside with both my guns strapped to me. And,
yeah, just ready.
I went and got the big boy.
Did you?
So
Night
here's,
scope.
here's what I will say, and I'm a little sad that I have not done this myself, even though I've been here for many years now. But truly doing like the actual like Russell like historical tour, but then
Yes.
that
Do wanna do
includes,
that.
of course, Bob Dole's like boyhood home,
Yes.
and all the things that go along with that. Obviously, you've even learned a lot with the leadership
Yep.
group. I will also just go ahead and mainly because it's top of mind because we just had our first communion party there, but the Dinas Cultural Center, like the fact that we have like local artists come in, we have big like exhibits that come in and stuff like that place. I think I don't want to say it gets forgotten about, but I don't think it gets as much credit as it deserves for what it truly brings.
Doesn't get as much use as what it could.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Like I think that could be a key attraction,
Yep.
and instead it's just a like, oh, if you like art, go check this out.
Right. Yep.
And it's like, no, like this place deserves clout for
Yeah.
sure.
I have a friend who does pottery, and she has brought her stuff to the diners
Really?
for showcase and things like that.
And whenever
cool.
they do like the art walk up at the fairgrounds, like that's also like I've only been there once, but I was blown away at what I saw up there. Like
Not only that, there's a lot of artistic people that live in town that
yeah,
take stuff there.
David Friday, he'll cut your hair and then paint you a picture.
Yep.
Like
Pat Underwood.
Yep. Dale Schmidt.
yeah.
Yeah. So Dinas is on the list. A hub of local art featuring works by Burger.
Burger Stanzen.
Thank you.
I can't even
Stanzen.
believe I
That's
missed
from
this. Smith
Lindbergh.
Center's known for Jiffy Burger, and I didn't even say
Oh,
that.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, they made top 10
Yeah.
food restaurants in Kansas.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll need a bathroom shortly after.
As well as all good
best kind
food.
of restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, is
And,
it good food if you're not running to the shitter a few minutes later?
and then Ad Astra actually made the
Oh,
list
there we go.
for,
Yeah, local
for,
music festival.
for arts and culture.
Which are they doing? Like I've heard nothing.
I know they should be this year. I know they took a year off last year.
That's what I mean. Is
Like,
they
I've
took
not
a year
seen
off, and I wonder if Alex isn't just done.
No, I hope not. I hope not. I will actually. I will call him tomorrow to ask about it as the Class 3 Russell County leadership.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Here
Sorry.
we go.
But
and eggs off.
so as far as historical sites, so we have Fossil Station Museum, we have the Oil Patch Museum, and then the Grennan House,
Yes.
which what
That's the one by Main Street Park.
Main Street. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. North of the tracks. No.
I'm talking like the actual Main Street Park where the splash pad is.
Yes.
The Grand House
Okay.
is
Yeah.
literally
Sorry.
right
Yeah. The one that they moved.
I hate to tell you, but you all live south at the tracks. I live north.
Yeah, I know. Nasty North.
That's where all the meth heads live. Look, here's the deal.
It's not wrong.
As long as you're between 2nd Street and the tracks, you're good. But if you're on 1st Street or north of the tracks, you're on the drugs. So go see PD for all your chiropractic needs. He's definitely wink, not on the drugs.
And then all of our parks in town, we have I think 7 parks.
It's impressive though for a town.
Yeah, and they're really
Are they
well
still
kept.
including the old Castle Park though?
It's still on there.
Yeah, I think so.
That park was legendary.
It will be.
Complete hazard, but legendary.
It-
It's
another
gone
40
now.
I know, but it will be. They're rebuilding it.
Another 40 years, we'll have
Well,
the funds raised.
they
for
won't
it.
rebuild it with the same stuff.
Yeah, in the next 40 years, once it's finalized and the funds have been complete, we'll finally have a new park in the place of Castle Park.
It's coming.
And downtown, the beautiful bricks,
Beautiful downtown Russell.
the
Which, by the
beautiful
way,
bricks of
speaking
downtown
of
Russell.
Hayes stealing thoughts, beautiful downtown Hayes. It's like, couldn't you come up with a different, like,
Yeah, that's Marty Myers. What are you
gorgeous
doing?
downtown? No, yeah, Marty Myers is the beautiful downtown. Like,
See, and I
that's
even-
his calling card. And any other towns saying beautiful downtown insert name, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's Marty Myers and it's beautiful downtown Russell, and it will never be anything else.
And I've even added the beautiful bricks of downtown Russell.
Rest in priest, by the way.
Oh, did he pass?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it.
Didn't he?
No,
I don't
he's
think so.
retired.
Uh,
He's not in
just
great
closed up
health.
shop.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not in great health, but
I don't think he's passed yet.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Katie mentioned something about
Uh-oh.
passing.
Uh-oh. Anyway, we're gonna
Because it was like a low-key funeral.
somebody fact check that.
Yeah, look this up,
I
Hannah.
will. I'm typing
Okay.
something else right now.
Annual
KSR, here we go.
annual events that we have, the Russell County Free Fair,
Mm.
which that's starting to get some new legs under.
I forgot to mention the
Abilene.
rodeo in
Oh
Abilene.
yeah, the Abilene
Oh,
Rodeo.
yeah, the largest. No.
That's Phillipsburg.
Yeah, sorry.
Wild Bill Hickok Rodeo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Although that's Abilene and not Russell, I'll let it slide. We got Prairie Essa that happens every 10 years.
10 years.
The next one is going to be in 2031.
My
So
favorite
crazy.
number.
So everybody get ready for that one. Wyandotte Fest made the list somehow,
Okay.
which is a festival every December.
I mean, our downtown's really cute at Christmas time.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give us credit, especially the Mecca Mall
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep, and the lighted Christmas parade.
Yes.
Which is happening on Wyandotte Fest.
It's great.
Pretty neat.
And then, but they forgot though the best time of the year, which is Bricks, Bronx, and Barbecue.
Right.
Yeah. Followed hopefully after the first great event that's starting off this year,
Yep.
which is the Wicked Fest.
Which
See the signs around town.
Yeah, the signs are starting to pop up, man.
I put this in our group chats, but I have not yet announced this on the podcast. I am
yes.
officially participating now in the Sud Runs. The rollerblades are ordered and on the way.
Yes.
So, Sipe, I will be helping you keep pace and showing you what real chugging beer looks like.
So I think I'm
I'll
just
be chugging on a boat.
I'm just directing the race.
You better not, because I signed up to keep pace for you.
Okay, maybe I'll have to find somebody to direct the race then.
Yeah. My whole plan was just to skate alongside you and call you names the whole time.
Not anymore.
Oh
And
shoot!
I do not see an obituary for Marty Myers.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
he's,
I
I don't
think
think he's
he's
passed
still-
yet.
Okay,
he's
maybe
still
that was
kicking.
that was like maybe I misheard Katie then. I could have sworn she said something like he retired and then he passed, and I was just like,
No, not
man,
yet."
that sucks.
Yeah.
Like you retire and then you die and you don't even get to enjoy it.
Yeah,
When
I
you see
mean,
him tomorrow, you can tell Katie he is still kicking.
Okay, great.
yeah, and he's definitely retired and then not in good health.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Type of
that's
thing.
why he retired. He just,
Yeah.
he sat up there for years.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Didn't move.
keeping all of his books by hand, which is making the sale of all of his buildings really difficult.
Yep.
And then the stay and dine, right? We got oh man, how many hotels do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
American,
I can
Fossil
only think of
Creek.
4.
4 or 5. Yeah, there's 2 of them right next to Sonic, and then one across the road. Okay, 4. Yeah,
I was just saying more.
Russell Lodge. Okay, so
Oh yeah,
4.
Russell Lodge stuff. What's
and
the fourth one?
there's
Fossil
a
Creek,
Days.
Russell Lodge.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a Days.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the next couple of years we're gonna have a nice Holiday Inn Express
I heard
out
that.
there.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So we'll keep our eyes
The
open
big
for that.
Beside the vet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Yeah, they've had their that land there for a couple
I
years
mean, it's
now.
not Bucky's, but you know.
Not yet.
ain't no Bucky's.
Not yet. Not yet. And
Even just a
so
quick trip. You know,
We still went to Buc-ee's.
and then on top of that, the dining, we have the beautiful Merides out by the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as other than fast food restaurants, we have
San Juan.
San Juan's, which is awesome. And then
Although you never know how much your meal's going to cost,
No.
which is always
You
part
really
of the
don't.
fun.
yes,
Oh, cash? Yes.
yeah, just take the cash.
I will go and I will order the same thing 7 straight times, and 7 straight times
It's different.
the number or the cost of my meal is entirely different.
It might be from $4 to $5 different,
Yeah,
maybe $1.
and you can order the same thing, and you can get 7 different things.
Yep.
that's also true.
That is very accurate.
But it's delicious.
But it's
Because-
the experience of going to San Juan's.
Yeah, that's what always happened to Dad. He would order the same thing, and inevitably it was
was
not
something
the same
different.
thing. He's like, "Didn't I order this last time?" Yes.
The funny thing is they have pricing on their menu.
I know.
Just take them off.
Yep. it's a market price today.
Yeah, that's
the whiteout
basically
strip.
how it feels. Yeah. Obviously, we have Wadby's. So if you're into
Yes.
the bar food, you go check out Wadby's.
Which they're
Wednesdays is killer.
yes, Wing Wednesday needs to be a thing this summer for sure.
You can feed the whole family for less than $40 with a couple beers.
Yes.
Like that's pretty
Yeah, like
impressive.
all the wings, because I think Wing Wednesday is 75 cents a wing,
50 cents.
50 cents. still.
Reese absolutely abuses Wing Wednesday. in
Yes.
the summer.
And then and they're celebrating their 100th year, 110th year, 125th, something like that. They have a milestone year this year, as far as when Wadby's first opened to what they are today. We have the bar, which is
Don't have the bar.
currently closed right now,
I was gonna say we don't have the bar.
Definitely not.
but it's
Waited 3 weeks.
it's something that could be really cool. We have a coffee shop downtown.
Another one starting up.
We have another coffee shop starting up.
Yeah, we're Frisbees or whatever.
Frisbees.
That's a coffee shop coming in.
Really? Very cool. So where is the bakery going? Because right now that's where somebody in town does bakery.
I thought it was bakery coffee shop.
Ooh, nice.
Is what I was told.
Okay, cool. That's good.
As long as it's not Taco Grande.
No Taco Grande.
Nah, they sold out.
Yeah,
That place was terrible.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was something different.
That was good during Lent.
Yep.
You know, good old bean burrito.
Taco Grande in Abilene.
All my stuff was cold and undercooked. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, but you came from the OG over in Hayes.
See, I really don't even like the Hayes
Oh,
Taco
man.
Grande.
Oh, I do.
I do too.
I still grab it.
Yeah.
The Hayes Taco Grande has never been the same. This is good. Like talking about like going to the bathroom like minutes later.
Oh, yeah.
There used to be a guy in the Hayes Taco Grande. He was very overweight,
Yeah.
and I didn't know if his shirt was covered in grease or sweat. I'm pretty sure
Sweat
he did
and
not.
grease.
I'm pretty sure he did not wear a hairnet or gloves.
Yes.
But that's when Taco Grande was at its finest. And I haven't seen that man in there for a long time. He's probably dead.
That's why they're down.
And yeah,
Those are the
Taco
guys that know how
Grande's
to
never
cook.
been the same.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying
he's
boys that cook.
he sweated the grease.
he did.
You know.
That's why it was good.
So, I mean, I think if we really, really tried, we could probably come up with a really good infomercial right now for Russell. But
Well, I mean, we have obviously the Russell Golf Course, which I will say, despite
Oh.
the fact that I shit on it all the time for how thick the rough is, like if you can play golf in Russell, you can play golf anywhere. Like I firmly believe that. I see I got a bottle this time.
you got a
You might
Porsche
have to
rocker.
open that for me since I'm talking in the mic though. So yeah, the Russell Golf Course is always very well manicured. It's a fun course to play, easy 9-hole with a couple of different tee boxes for the back 9, which is great.
Best public golf course in Northwest Kansas.
I would, yeah. Again, is it my favorite to play? No, because I can't stay out of the rough.
It's my favorite
But-
because it's in town.
But the amount of people I have heard from various towns, especially after they play here at a tournament and they're from out of town, they're like, I am always just so impressed with this course.
Absolutely.
So
My
shout
father-in-law
out.
comes from a country club in Oakley.
No
And
kidding.
he goes, Russell is one of the better courses I've ever played on.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I sell the golf
it's
course real
highly
quick?
touted.
I want to sell the golf course
Yeah,
right
go for
here.
it.
To everybody that's even thought about moving to Russell, if you're an avid golfer, maybe retiree,
Do it.
you have some time to kick off your hands, and you want a really nice golf course to be a member at, $365.
I think it's 360 total, but then you also have your trail fee and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not a family, so I don't know. It's
Okay.
$490 for a family.
Single,
$490.
Single, it's 360.
So
what it is.
so
That's what I paid.
$490 for a family.
Which husband, wife, and then $60 a kid, which is nothing.
Okay, listen to this. Concordia Golf Course for a family. $1,250.
Holy
Smith
smokes.
Center's the exact same prices as this.
No
I
kidding.
did the math. If you go to Russell Golf Course, because I went out with Brad the other day,
yeah.
and you play 18 holes
Yep.
with a cart,
Yeah.
15 rounds a year is all you have to play.
There you go. Dude, it's
15, and the rest is profit
For one person?
for one person.
per single.
15
Come on,
rounds
dude.
is all you have to play.
So, retirees,
Easy.
This summer, we are doing Fridays.
yes, we are. Done.
And technically,
Okay.
if you're doing 9 holes, it's like 20 because the difference between 18 and 19 is
Yeah,
like
it's really-
$4.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you play 20 times a year, you pay off your membership. So especially if you are a retiree who's going out every single day,
Yeah.
a month, and you're done.
All right. I'm gonna look in the camera right here. Come to town because you have the cheapest houses in the area as far as the quality that you get. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
Your property tax is through the roof. But
Yeah.
your
They get you on the back end, but don't worry
your
about
mortgage won't be terrible.
Right. So you make it up a little bit on the property taxes. And honestly, the property taxes in town probably could be even a little bit higher as far as what your houses are actually appraised at. I'm just saying.
it. Don't say that.
I know they're underpraised. And then on top of that, we have cheap living in town. Our bills at the city are actually really affordable. And on top of that, you got $365 for a year membership for a single. You get a cheap $1,500 golf cart. You drive it from your house to the golf course, and you got golf year round, buddy.
Mhm.
So move to Russell, retirees.
I was gonna say this is also a course that is open year round. Like
Yeah.
as long as the weather is above 40 degrees, they are open.
Yeah.
45, I thought.
Whatever
it
it is.
45? Either
Mark and I played last like 3 New Year's
Well,
days. Or New Year's
this
Eve.
was the first year since I've moved to Russell. We have not played on New Year's Eve.
Okay, we
the
played.
first.
I think we played the week of though.
I
No?
didn't this year.
Oh, dang.
Because the last time I played was October. But I
think
think
it was-
you went out and played
With
yes.
Elliot, Elliot and Ben. So
Correct.
come to town, man. Really nice, sleepy town anymore, unless there's a crazy Thursday night like we had last week.
Yeah, just once.
We do have a nice bowling alley.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
really nice.
TJ did like bowling like tournaments and stuff all the time. He said he always enjoyed playing Russell. He did say Russell does have like a slope or something, but like once you figure out like where that is, like in the lane.
Oh, so he's an actual bowler.
No, that's what I mean.
he's not throwing balls.
He's like, no, I love Russell because I can always score well there, but like you have to have a practice round to figure out where the lucky spot is.
Yeah.
But then like you'll get really good scores.
Yep.
Our pool, like we have slides, we have diving boards, we have all
Oh.
that sort of stuff. Like the pool is great.
In the Dream Theater.
Yeah, right. That was
Which
gonna
is
be
gonna
my
get
final kind of
busy
thing.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now that the AMC is closed over in Hayes, we are getting all of the Hayes, Victoria,
Yep.
like all that stuff, all of that traffic. coming
Minecraft
to
went
us.
3 weekends in a row.
They
Yeah.
said like
Sold out.
there's another big movie coming. Like they're bringing extra people in to work it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't remember what movie it is.
Which good for the dream. They
Oh,
need
100%.
like I'm probably helping single-handedly keep the dream alive by buying popcorn every single weekend.
Oh, we buy the
Yep.
big bucket and the drink package. It's
Yep.
worth
Yeah.
it. I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well do it.
Yep.
But yeah, like the dream is truly like a historical theater. It's
Yes.
completely like I want to say it's a non-profit theater.
It is. Yeah.
But what I mean is like, yeah, it's not owned by a company. Like any money that theater quote unquote makes goes directly back into the city itself, the
Yes.
theater itself. It's not going out the door.
Well, that's
So,
like impressive. Like when because if you sponsor a movie, it's $250.
Yeah.
like it covers the movie coming, and then I'm guessing a little bit of electrical to run the movie. Like it is
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah.
to sponsor a movie.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that the whole reason it's even open still is because companies have sponsored it and continue to sponsor it for food, for drinks, for everything to
Well, I
keep the
already
lights
told
on.
him, I said I want a theater here. I said come ask for sponsors every
Yep.
year. I said do it in person,
Yes.
and they have every year.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about this town is business is done a lot of the times person to person. It's
Yep.
not done
With a
necessarily over-
handshake and a smile.
Yep. And so I tell you what, I love Russell. There's a reason that Rachel and I are still in town. We chose Russell to live in, and look, there was a time that we thought about moving and we didn't. And so
You almost moved
It's
to
here.
Salina, and I about killed you.
Salina, Concordia, Kansas City, Wichita, there's a lot of places there for a little bit.
I will say one final thing that I just want to talk about, Russell. We also are home to the greatest chiropractor in the North Central Kansas
Yes,
area, which is McNary Chiropractic.
Family health and wellness.
here in Russell, Kansas.
For all
Go
your
see
health
PD.
and wellness needs.
That was a nice touch.
There you go.
And he sponsors the greatest podcast that you will ever hear.
Yes,
So,
from
yeah.
Russell.
We are home to the front porch, studio, and bar.
Yes.
We are home to the annual Sipapalooza Christmas
Oh yeah, how can you
sweater
forget?
party. We are home to not this year, unfortunately, but we are home to the soon-to-be Kentucky Derby
Yes.
blowout. We're home to the Super Bowl winning on most years Kansas City Chiefs
Every other year.
extravagance. You know,
Hometown
whatever,
of
yeah.
Chip Chip Putt or
Yep,
Chip Chip
the-
Chug.
The invention of Chip Chip
Chug. Okay, I think what you just there described was no matter what age you move back to town, you have a family
Yes,
of friends
correct.
that keep you in town.
The amount of days, and truthfully, because she did this just like a week or two ago, is the amount of days Hannah doesn't even call. She just shows up at her house,
Love it.
and 9 out of the 10 times she has showed up at her house, she has not had to knock on the front door.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because we're sitting on the porch, our kids are playing in
already
the
open.
yard, and Katie and I have a cocktail in hand, and we see Hannah's truck pull up, and I just go into the house, and it's like, all right, like time to pour Hannah a drink,
Yep.
get her a whiskey, and that's what we do.
And that's family. I mean, that's what you find here in town.
Yep.
Honestly, we would have moved if we didn't have the friend family that we do have in town, because we couldn't have made it work with me gone so much. So that's what you find here in town.
Oh, it definitely helps for me too.
Yeah.
I mean, with Dana traveling for work, yeah, it's
Yeah,
takes a crew.
it does. It does. And with that, you guys have anything else to add on hometown tourism?
I'm glad we had 3 topics today with the priest conversation.
Pre's moving. What we did last
I'm gonna have
weekend.
to look this up now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. You guys have anything? Producers?
Not now.
we're solid.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to season 8, episode 10 of In the Middle podcast. Be sure to subscribe over on Twitch and support us on Patreon. Join the Discord community. Check us out on all of our other socials and links by using the ITM Kansas handle. Don't forget to swing over by the merch store for shirts, hats, mugs, and more by using the link in the description below. Mark,
Sight.
you got anything else?
We're solid, man. Let's get out of here.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Just going to leave it in.
That's twice today.
It is.
It's twice.
I forgot to mention.
We just promoted this podcast as a part of Russell's history.
and we're on
Do that.
We're on I-70 and 281.
So that's what I was gonna say about Smith Center. 36 was the only way into Denver. Used to be the only way.
Oh,
Straight through Smith Center.
yeah. There we go. But now Russell.
And you got to get fucking
I-70.
puzzles away from me. I cannot.
Twitch.tv/ITMK.
On an
My
unrelated
ADD
note,
kicks in.
That was
yeah,
perfect.
Golf course in Abilene has
It's
a fitness center
terrible.
as well. It's only $99 a month.
Yeah, which is
Russell's-
$99 too much.
Russell's only $100 a month if you pay monthly.
Yeah.
My favorite part. Here's.
So,
did we
it
ever
got-
tell you about
it
our
got-
trip to Abilene?
It got bought out by Life.
Great life.
Great
Oh,
Life.
Great Life bought him out. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Dude, and they're only like on their, what, second or third year of Great Life?
Yeah. So
Oh
first
my
of all,
God.
Great
their
Life will ruin
greens. Their greens.
We used to golf those in Kansas City.
Like
Fucking terrible.
if I go and I mow my yard, like on like the lowest setting, and I just go, "Yep, looks good," and that's the putting green. That's their putting green. First of all, the best part of this entire thing is, first of all, we showed up, and I don't even think anyone was there, like something like that. The person
We had
like,
to wait for somebody to get into the clubhouse, even though we had a 9 o'clock tea time or some
Right,
shit like
correct.
that. We had to wait for somebody to get there.
We had to wait for someone to get there. Then when they got there, we like joked, but also seriously were like,
Where you been?
oh hey, like think you could like knock off a couple of bucks or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that. And I was just like,
Yeah. Like we saw the
okay.
greens. We saw the greens. And
And
we're
then
like, you
and then
can't putt on
as they're
half of them.
charging us full price, she then goes, by the way, none of our greens are good. So when you get on the green, just add 2 and call it a day. And I'm like,
Yes.
no. But she was right, because anytime, like, that's what we ended up doing on
Yep.
all 9 holes was just adding 2, because you could not putt on the damn thing unless you landed right next to the hole, or if you're Caleb getting the eagle,
Chipping
like
it.
dunking the eagle from like 90
Take a
yards.
mulligan from right here again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the absolute best part was we get in our carts and we're driving and like hole on hole 2.
7?
No, we were on hole 4.
4. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like I'm driving my cart and like electric carts just stops.
Doesn't
And
move.
so the rest of the time, in order for me to move, they had to literally get behind my cart and push it. And then like me and Chris were in the cart, like Fred Flintstone. And we're like, we paid full price for this shit.
And Caleb and Alan were like literally pushing their cart with our cart. Like, or
Yeah.
using their cart to push ours
Oh my
from
God.
the wheels.
It was, and granted, it gave us a great memory. But yeah,
Never again.
If I ever go back there, I'll be like, the best I can do is $5.
Yeah.
And I am playing a
we'll-
full 18, and I want a cart.
And we'll take a full 30 pack.
Yeah,
from
thank
You
you.
want to fill this slot or not?
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think it used to be that way.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
Caleb worked that course when
Yep.
he was like in college or
High school
not
and
in
college.
High school. It was high school because in college he was in Wichita.
Okay.
So unless he did it during the summer, but yeah, Caleb worked that course, and that's where he like learned how to play golf and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, it was a great job. Like everything was well kept." He's like, "It has gone really downhill." boys."
Yeah, he was telling us on like each hole, he was like, "This would have never happened."
Yeah.
and he was like, "It's kind of sad to play it right now because the layout was really cool. Like,
Yeah, the course itself was fun.
yeah,
It's just it was not well kept and not well staffed.
par 3 on I think five,
No staff.
5 or 6. Par 3, 5 or 6. It went in between the holes and it went up, and then the green was like kind of tucked away. Really cool little par 3. And the whole time I was looking at it, I was like, 5 years ago, even just 5, this would have been such a cool hole to play. And I remember my dad said that he played it back in the early 2000s or something. They had a feed mill, I think, there in Abilene or a co-op or something that Dad was a part of. And he was like, I played that course, and every time we drove on the interstate, he was like, anytime you got a chance to go play Abilene, go play Abilene. And then I ended up doing it with Caleb and Rourke and Mark, and I called Dad afterward, and I was like,
No.
don't ever go play Abilene. He was like, are you serious? I said, yeah, it is so bad.
I
You
mean,
mean Milford? Because that's a cool course.
I haven't played
never played
Milford.
That's fun because there's a couple of them like you tee off and it's like
No shit.
yeah.
okay.
Milford was fun.
Out like where?
It's right off the dam
No shit.
on the south side of the dam. Yeah.
Have you ever played Cocker?
Ooh,
I
no.
will. Me and Dana talk about this every year we go to the lake. It's like I'm going to play that course.
I'm still trying to get Chris out to Ellsworth.
Yep.
I still
So-
want to go golf Ellsworth. We need to go just hit a tournament out there. Piss on it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Fuck.
dude.
Okay.
Because I know a couple guys from there. We could figure something.
Yeah, well, Mark Cunningham's on the golf course board.
Marky, Chyler, Shane. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I partied with all those guys.
So we need to
I
wait a
don't-
minute. You know Mark Cunningham?
Yeah, he's good friends with Shane, Q's cousin.
No shit.
Yeah, all those guys ran around.
I know Mark
Holy
really well
fuck.
from the insurance industry as well.
Right. But I didn't realize.
Marky and Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. That's fucking small world because so when you would have met Mark was when I moved back to town, and Mark was good friends still at the time, and I think they still are, but they just don't. I mean, we're busy as fuck with kids, and they live in Ellsworth, but with Brady and Mike Vonfelt and
Okay.
all of those guys. Like I think Mark,
Sadie still goes and goals with them.
right? Yeah, and Sadie is
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Two
no,
different friend groups.
I know all those guys.
By the way, Jeff Czar is still the whatever
The president
head
of the
guy of whatever course that is.
Leonardville.
Yeah, Leonardville.
Leonardoville.
And he'll randomly have I'll see like a post on Facebook about like a tournament. I'm like, dude, we need to go back and redeem ourselves from that.
We
first
do.
tournament.
Because shit, that
Supposed
that
to
already
be
happened.
sunny and 70 degrees, ended up being like 30, rainy, and like 50 mile an hour.
So the
That was
high
the worst tournament ever.
the high that day was 65, and I think it was 65 at 12:01 in the morning.
Oh, and it dropped from there.
And the high the rest of the day, when we were playing, it was probably
I
42.
packed t-shirt and shorts because it was supposed to be nice, and I was freezing my ass off. And my favorite part,
Was that a bachelor party or was that just me,
No.
you, Caleb, and Alan?
we went out there because Jeff had posted it, and I think we initially had plans to be in Manhattan anyway.
I know, but for what?
Because
Because we stayed the night.
right. No, it was something for Alan.
Was it just going?
It wasn't his 30th birthday, was it?
Ooh, no.
Yeah, because that was just an overnight thing.
Yep. There was something we were doing. Maybe it was just going back to the bars and then Leonardville the next day.
But point being is, I will never forget this as long as I live. I spent like hours at the driving range trying to like get my driver down, which if you know anything about me,
Didn't work.
no. The driver's not my thing, but I like managed to like get my swing down. And I told everybody, I was like, guys, like, yes, Alan can pipe it a mile, but it usually slices hard right.
It's going one way.
I'll
or the
give
other.
us the safe shot today. And off the first tee block, absolutely smoked one, dead straight, like wind at my back, all that sort of stuff. I'm like, boys, it's going to be a good day. Never again.
Whole one.
I'm pretty sure the rest
used
of
to
my
rep.
drives combined went as long as my first drive on the day.
Yeah,
And
because-
I was like, oh my God.
Because so we got to get
I blamed it on the weather and the cold, but I knew what was wrong.
we got to pair up with Jeff that day because he was president. We started on hole one.
Dude, that was such a vibe though.
It was cool. On like hole 3 or 4, we're coming back to the clubhouse, and Jeff looked at me and he was like, "You're cold." I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I am cold." He went to the clubhouse and had like these Carhartt full coveralls, and he was like, "Here, put these on." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm putting them on." So I played the last half of the tournament in Carhartt coveralls.
Bibs. Yeah.
Coveralls. I mean, it was like down, like past my knuckles. I had to roll up the sleeves and everything else. Yeah. We played 18 that day, and I think we shot one stroke better than the worst. We beat one team,
but it was bad.
one team of ladies. So we got dead last in the men's division. It was so bad. So yeah, they already had that tournament though, because that would have been in April, like mid-April when we went.
That is.
I mean, they have
early for a
multiple
tournament.
tournaments though.
I know,
But
but
like one of these days, we need to contact Jeff and be like, "Hey, just tell us what day we need to be up there."
yep.
And as long as we squat up with Jeff's group, yeah, we'll have a good
Yep.
time.
Yeah, we should. Were you here when Mark and I talked about Sterling? And no, that was just me and Mark that show. We
Did you
played
listen to that show?
I did part of it.
Sterling and Lions.
Didn't catch that part.
We're gonna have to go down there sometime this summer.
Sterling is the greatest place to go if you just want to get hammered with the boys.
And
all
play
day.
a decent course
It's $20, unlimited golf
for the day.
for the day, and you just hop on and you're out in the country.
It was
but
cool. It was
the
fun.
course itself is actually relatively well manicured
Mm-hmm.
for like what it is.
I can handle that.
And yeah, it's $20. You can play as much as you want.
It was awesome.
So it's
Lions
like, find us a DD. Let's go.
and Lions was a good course in the sense of like
Chris knocked Rachel up again.
what?
We need DD.
No, I'm not doing that, dude. No.
I thought you said knocked
I know, I
with
did
an
too.
ED. I was like, what?
I was like, no.
I missed this news.
Wait a minute, hold on. Did something change from last night? Yeah, no, that didn't happen. But Lions is good.
Lions would be a fun course to play, like a scramble tournament at.
Yeah,
too.
a tournament, actual tournament. Yeah,
Like, yeah, I think to like picking a random day, you might end up on like a day where like the course is super busy and like.
Yep.
But I bet Lions, if we found the right scramble golf tournament, we could have a really good.
so
Fine, they're good. Good fun tournament.
essentially, what we need to do is just have Drake on the lookout for a tournament for Lions.
Yeah, and then the three of us go play with them.
Is there a tournament in Smith Center at all?
Oh, there's tournaments all over time. One
So-
of the big ones is the Chiefs come to it. It's called Home and Range Tournament.
Yeah.
Chiefs come into it and sign autographs.
So that was the one that Striker got Creed Humphreys.
yeah,
autograph.
Creed was there last year.
Yeah.
That's when I want to go to Smith Center. So
But see, maybe we don't though,
Chiefs and
because
Mitch
it's going to
Holtis
be
are there.
busy as fuck though.
I don't give a
Tuesday.
shit. I just want to see Mitch Holtis. and
That
the
was like
Chiefs.
Labor Day or
It's around the watermelon.
Yeah.
Fest because it's Old Settlers Day, which is right there same time as.
yeah, but I don't for whatever reason I don't think it was actually on Labor Day last year though. I think it's like the week before.
No,
or,
I think it's. I want to say like the 8th or 9th or something like that is like when Old Settlers.
in September.
Yeah.
Okay, so like yeah, the week after. We're just gonna have to plan it all and then be like, look, sorry, we have to do this for the podcast. I mean, this is our good money maker of the year.
I mean, Katie's been talking about going to the Elephant Room too
We're-
in whatever town.
Hoxie.
Hoxie.
Yeah.
We need to collaborate. We need
Like
to
literally getting Rex and Sadie's little like
yes.
bus thing and booze cruising all the way to Hoxie, go to the Elephant Room and booze cruise back.
Okay, done.
They're only open certain weeks, like day nights now.
Yeah.
They closed it for a while and kind of.
But yeah, you get a reservation. We make a day of it with all the.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's Friday, Saturday
that what
now.
it is
Yeah.
I just love the idea of Hannah and I like just sipping whiskeys in the back of Rex and Sadie's.
Oh, so speaking of Wicked Fest, though, I'm not gonna name names, but I got a message from somebody today that wasn't the person that was supposed to be doing my cornhole tournament. Was like, by the way, so and so can't do the cornhole tournament, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and run it for you. And I was like, all right. He's like, well, all right, when is it?
Is it B?
And I was, yeah, he couldn't anymore.
Couldn't.
And and I was like, well, it's May 17th, yada yada yada. Told him all the dates. He was like, oh well, I can't do that. I have some sort of surgery going on. And I was like, well, shit. Okay. So I texted back the original person that I had running it. And I was like, what's going on? He goes, I don't know. Something happened where I'm busy that day. I was like, yeah, there's a gymnastics meet going on that day. Yeah, that's it. And I was like, yeah, my kids are in it too, but I guess I'll just run it. And he was like, okay. There was no like, oh, I'm sorry
Yeah.
that I told you that I would run it and everything else. And I was like, for fuck's sake, first of all, I didn't even hear you say it personally.
Yeah.
I heard it from a friend. Second of all, like that's just shitty.
Yeah.
And so I texted Rex and was like, hey, look, so-and-so dropped out. Can you, like, are the boards yours or did you sell them? Or he's like, oh, no, you can use them. So it's like, all right, I'm going to run this. And so Rex ended up setting everything up, though, as far as, like, the Scoreholio and all that. So everything's ready to go. I'm just going to show up that day and run it.
Do it.
And but again, though, it's
Are
like,
you gonna miss the meet?
yeah, probably. It's
I'll record
gymnastic,
your voice
yeah.
for you.
Thanks. It's one of those things. They're not super, like, Ben's more excited about it than
Let's be
Elliot.
honest, it's the exact same thing every year. The only thing that changes is the music and the decorations.
Maybe. And maybe.
I'll be on a boat.
Oh, you
We don't have
don't.
to go.
So, yeah, what's that weekend?
We leave this 16th or 17th.
For the cruise.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's cool.
The one you'll follow up on.
Yeah. You'll get one more day somewhere, but
By the way, I have to ask, did you change the bottom bar?
yeah, dude,
I was
since the
gonna
first of
say
the
that
year.
looks different.
That's 10 episodes now, or 8.
Okay, but yeah, like that's different from when we revamped
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I changed all that.
So I was
Just
like,
a blue.
I don't remember those white bars on
Yep.
the right side. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, that looks crisp and clean. I like it.
Yeah, I'm planning on trying to do at least something different each year.
Each season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each
No, I
season.
like that.
And since season 8, that's all I did because I didn't do anything else. Season 7 was like everything was revamped.
Right.
And then I had like a new screensaver essentially at the beginning of the
Season 7
show.
was like red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now I think every year I'm just going to do a little tweak here and there.
Maybe since the next season takes place in the fall.
Do orange.
Well, I started to say orange, but then I was like, ew, that's Bronco colors.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Halloween. I was thinking pumpkin.
Yeah, me too. And it's Texas too. No, sorry, no orange.
Right. So maybe you could do like a.
Orangish yellow.
Yeah, I was thinking like a beer yellow,
Ooh, yeah.
because like yellow for the Chiefs, yellow for beer, yellow for the fall, like
Yes.
leaves.
I'll come up with
Do
something.
like a golden yellow.
Yeah. Or just gold.
Because Oktoberfest is in there.
Something like this.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah. I do have someone we could raid, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Someone I met just recently
Okay.
playing the new game that I'm playing,
What are you playing?
the finals.
I don't know what that is.
Do you have a new Xbox or an old Xbox?
I have a PS5.
PS5. So you'd be able to play it actually. So it's basically a mixture of like all the different game, like the big games right now, like emotes and costumes and that sort of stuff is very Fortnite like. The like guns and stuff like that is very like Call of Duty like. The movement is very Apex like.
Okay.
Whatever. But basically, what it is, it's an objective style game, and that's actually who we're gonna be rating. She's playing it right now, so you could watch her play it. Chewie, so sorry, IE, like the Star Wars character. Yep, Vuitton, right there, the finals. Yep, that's who we're rating. So you can watch her play it. But basically, it's an objective style mode. So like you pick up basically a vault of cash, and then you go like stash it into the ATM, and then you have to defend it. But it's very like it's super hyper competitive, and like the action is constant. So you can easily rack up like 20 kills in a game if you're really good. Or if you're somebody who sucks at shooting, it's like, no, just defend the objective. So it covers all play styles. But Chris would not be able to play it because he has an old Xbox. Whereas PS4, PS5, and then the new series of Xbox can play it along with obviously PC.
Damn.
But so like they unlock the cash box, so now they're gonna take the cash box to the ATM and then defend the ATM.
Whoa.
So what they just took was basically like a Wraith portal from Apex.
Gotcha. Yep.
So now it's in the ATM, and now now you have to defend it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, you do
and
have
like
the Call of Duty movement with it though.
Yeah, but it looks like Apex with
no, there's zip lines, there's jump pads,
And-
like
yeah.
there's the dash ability that like Ash has. Again, you just saw something like the Wraith portal.
yeah, but like the way that they're throwing stuff looks a lot like Apex, right? But the whole feel looks like Modern Warfare.
So so all of the environment, this is the part I left out. Everything you see right now, completely destructible. So it's like Battlefield. So if you ever played
take out all
Battle,
the walls?
yes, because the developers of this game were the original developers of Battlefield.
Okay.
That's cool.
So like it literally mixes every single first person shooter or like battle
Holy
royale that
shit.
I've ever played. And like time to kill, very like Halo. So there's 3 classes, light, medium, heavy. Light characters will die like you can one clip them.
Yep.
I run light because they're the high movement characters, and that's my crutch. Is like the second I get in trouble, I panic and start like jumping all over the place. The heavy characters, like they're tanks. Like you have to put multiple clips into them to take them down, and they have like rocket launchers,
Like Caustic.
flamethrowers. Well, yes, but again, Caustic you can still kill
Right.
in a matter of seconds.
But movement wise, it's like a caustic.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
incredibly slow. Like very like if you've ever played like Overwatch or something like that, kind of like that. And then medium's like a good little balance, and medium kind of serves as like the healer of the team. They have like defensive abilities like a turret and stuff like that. An automated turret. Yeah,
Dude
it's a lot of fun.
It looks fun.
It's way better. She just won. Hey, it's a lot better if you're running as a stack of 3 instead of just by yourself. But like, I've had a good time just playing solo,
That's cool.
truthfully. So
All right.
yeah, it's a ton of fun.
So Chewy
Yep, Vuitton,
Vuitton.
Chewy Vuitton, like Louis Vuitton, but Chewy Vuitton.
I like it. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching our season 8, episode 10 of In the Motor Podcast. We're gonna get out of here. Why don't you watch Chewy Vuitton here play some
Oh, it's a lady gamer, by the way.
lady gamer
Yeah,
playing. What is it again?
the finals.
The finals.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
I'll let her know we rated her.
I'll have to look that up.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. Party of 1 said we had 2 people.
Yeah, I shut my phone down earlier.
Oh, I just got a raid. ITM Kansas. ITM Kansas, thank you so much for the raid. Oh, thank you.
I
Kansas,
actually
nice
believe
to
is
see
from
you.
Canada,
Oh
but
my
she
God, thank
identifies
you.
herself
Thank
as
you,
more
thank you.
like Midwestern.
Thank you. Go check out ITM Kansas Herd Tell.
So she's
Thank you so much
from
for hanging out.
Alberta.
Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
If she's Midwestern, she's definitely
Thank
from
you, guys.
Alberta.
Thank you, thank you, thank
She's
you.
Central Standard Time. That's all I
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Thank you.
Or she could be from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
All right. Do that. Do that. Do.
But yeah, what I would do, Derek,